guys. Yes, people, welcome back to another live stream. Welcome to another live preview. The last of the Premier League season. We have a lot to fight for us already. There's only 1 point separating third place from fifth. I think 5 goals separating the three teams from goal difference. There's still everything to play for. But our aim is at least in our own hands. As long as we win, as long as we do our own job, we should have nothing else to worry about. And the results in the other games won't even mean shit. But we still have to do our own job. And please, on my life, I beg you be clinical on Sunday because we never fucking are. But we'll have to wait and see. Big up the panel. Big up everyone who's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. First off, Fata, man, how's the last few days been for you, bro?
Nah, only for today, man. Best thing that could ever happen to me and Lawrence. And apart from Chelsea, man. But yeah, I'm a bit nervous for tomorrow's game, I can't lie. And I've been spoken a lot since the last few days to my client after the games against Leicester. Yeah, he's up in a good spirit after the debacle against Leicester, the how many calls that have been ruled out in that, but he forget that big time, and he forget that really quick, and then just focus on what's the task lies for tomorrow.
Do you think your client's starting tomorrow then?
Doubt it, because Aston Villa are going to play a low block. Doubt it, but if I want to choose one, but I would prefer him to start. But again, that's Tuchel's decision, not mine.
Fair enough, Jesters. You sound like you disagreed with that still.
Yeah, who else is going to start up top? I don't think you're going to bring Havertz back from a slight hamstring and play him 90. I think you'll see him in the game. I think he'll come on as a sub for Werner, but I think you'll start with Werner up top. It's just because who else are you going to play there? I mean, if Havertz is not, you don't want to throw Havertz on coming back from a slight hamstring, expect him to go 90 and him re-aggravate that injury, and then not be available for the final.
I was gonna say.
Tammy.
Yeah. Tammy.
Tammy.
Oh no, Johnny.
Look,
No.
you started him off. Can't be ours.
No,
That's
Johnny.
not anyway.
To be fair, Justice, you are right. Like, we don't have many options left in our bench, really, apart from Werner. Like, I can't think of anyone else to start apart from Werner. So.
Is Havertz the only player that's like slightly meant to be out for this game?
Kante as well.
Okay, so we won't risk either of them. And that makes the midfield option a bit more easier to predict because it'll just be Jovic, and that's fine anyway.
Unless Johnny, you want to go with,
What, Billy Gilmore?
Oh, Gilmore, yeah. You know what I mean?
Don't say it.
Why not?
You said it, bruv.
I didn't say
you said it, Fata, bro. Johnny didn't say nothing, man. He didn't say nothing there.
You opened the door, bruv. That's on you, man. But on a level, Aston Villa versus Chelsea, we saw them beat Spurs despite not having much to play for on Wednesday. I'm not going to ask whether it means too much in terms of what we should expect, because regardless, we should go with a better approach than Tottenham do, if we're being completely honest about it. But what Aston Villa side are you guys expecting to see anyway? Because they don't have anything to play for, but Dean Smith's also already said they want to try and put a good performance out for their fans. So our first and only time they're going to see them for the season, and that is going to have some sort of a motivation factor towards them. Obviously, not the same level of motivation that we have, because we've got actual intent in this game. We have a top 4 race. We have something to actually compete for. But these guys will still be playing for pride to an extent. I feel like that's still going to come for something in this match.
That's for sure. I would say, because most of the fans, because I think it's about 8,000, or is it like 6,000-ish tomorrow?
8,000, around about that.
It's the same like we had, but yeah, I just think it's going to be difficult for us to contend with, especially with the home crowd advantage. And I just think we just need to go out there, just fight for it, really. And we haven't got many choices left, and and because the top 4 race, anyone who dropped like on one moment of time could cause a massive ruckus in that carnage. But yeah, we'll just have to see what pans out for tomorrow, innit?
Yeah, Johnny, what about you? What Aston Villa side are you expecting to see on Sunday?
I know Grealish is back, isn't he? So
yes.
I would expect Grealish to play for sure. I think he's the man we've got to worry about. I think Mings is going to be a problem at the back because he's performed really well this season. And obviously JT's spoken about him. I think today or yesterday. I think up front, I don't see them that. Is it Watkins they've got up front?
Ollie Watkins,
Yeah, Watkins the baller still.
Yeah, he holds the ball up excellently. So if they do pump it up, he will hold the ball and bring his teammates into play. So I'll be looking at Ollie Watkins, Grealish, and Mings. They're the three main, and that dirty player in the middle. What's his name? I think he's Scottish.
Louise?
No, McGinn. Yeah.
Oh, McGinn.
Yeah, he's a tenacious little bugger. He will literally be out there just like running like off his head to close us down and probably foul us.
Just play around them, to be honest. Especially if we're going to have Jovicic back, because it's probably going to be Jovicic.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to have to be, isn't it? If there's no
we struggled with their midfield the last time we played, but we had the same midfield that played 2 days ago in Arsenal when we got battered.
Yeah.
Now we're going into this game with a lot more rest and a much better bit of motivation as well, because we aren't in a bad run of form. I'm not really as worried against their midfield.
It's more Grealish. It's more Grealish.
Ain't worried about Grealish either.
Well, because he can just make something out of nothing at any moment, and he'll draw a foul. And I think without Kante in that midfield, I feel a little bit more worried, because with Kante at least he's got the capability to get onto Grealish and completely like nullify him. He could nullify him. I'm not saying completely, but he would do an amazing job at it because he's such a worldy player. But in hindsight, I think we should have enough. If we control the game enough, I think we should have enough to beat this side. Grealish is their main threat for me because, like I said, he's a baller, isn't he? He can make anything happen, even if he's not 100% fit.
He is, but I was speaking about motivations on both sides, and don't you think he'd want to be protecting himself for the Euros to an extent? So I'd expect him to be a threat against us, but I also don't expect it to be peak Jack Grealish.
No, there's no guarantee he goes, to be fair.
Yeah, because he's been
really?
Yeah,
it's Gareth Southgate. You know how Gareth Southgate is. There's no guarantee he goes.
He doesn't like him.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah. Gareth Southgate doesn't like him anyway, and now he has an excuse not to play him because he's been out injured, so he's not in form. So I don't think Grealish goes.
He's a player I want us to buy, personally. I want us to buy Grealish.
Grealish, look, there's an NBA equivalent to Jack Grealish being the best player on a team. Then you go to a team where you have to give up the ball and not be the best player, and you see that they're really not that. Jack Grealish has to dominate the ball to be successful. If you look at that team, he dominates the ball. And
but put him in a better team, Jester. Trust me. Put him in a better team. Look what he did with England as well. I can't remember who he played, but he was balling that game. Absolutely balling.
If you put him
Denmark, no.
But probably whoever we were playing, like there's like 10 decent teams in Europe to face, and the rest are all trash. If we're being honest,
I just think he's a player that we would benefit having personally. I just think put him with our players, put him with Mount. Oof. I mean,
no, I don't want Jack Grealish on our team because all he's going to do is hold the ball up, dominate the ball, and slow the play down.
No, he doesn't slow.
If you're the best player on the team,
he won't. He doesn't slow play. He doesn't slow play.
Yeah,
I disagree with that.
Watch Aston Villa.
Yeah, but he's playing for Aston Villa. Put him in a top draw team. Put him in United. Put him in City's team. No, man. The guy will make one cut.
City's different. City's a bit different.
Yeah, I mean, he could fit in City's team, no problem. No problem.
How come nobody's looking at him?
Because of the price tag, probably. It's probably because of the price tag. And City,
we're talking about
they don't need
Declan
a player
Rice
like
for
that.
80 million. Why not Jack Grealish?
Yeah, no, Jack Grealish, I think he's an £80 million player. Like, near enough. Maybe 70, I'd be a bit more comfortable. 80 is like
we paid 80 euro Sancho. I said this. If we're going 80 million for a player, I go inside Sancho. Because he's better than
They take their price at 120.
Say again?
Didn't they already state their price at
No,
120?
that was last season. This season it's
last
like
year.
75. It's no more than about
That
75.
dropped. Mad.
Yeah, that's
you could-
yeah. So
and you
if I'm
could-
signing anyone, I'm signing Sancho. If we have to pay 80 million for a winger or a guy that runs and holds the ball, I'm buying Sancho. He's better.
We won't get Sancho's more likely going to go United. So I get what you're saying. He's the ideal for you, but I think as a realistic thing, if we went in for Grealish, we'd probably get him.
If we went in for Sancho, we'd get him.
There's
no guarantee. Even United fans, go and watch some United fans on YouTube, like Rants, Aaron, Flawless. They are not confident they get Sancho.
Yeah, well, I told you, I've already got someone who's inside who's told me stuff. He's told me they're going for him. Even Fabrizio Romano came out yesterday, I think, and said that they are going for him.
They haven't put a bid in yet.
Yeah, they don't need to yet. They'll probably put like a 70 million bid in, and Dortmund still want close to 100 million euros, but they're not going to get 100 million. They'll probably get what United wanted to pay initially last year, and obviously didn't get him. But I mean, look, Sancho would be a baller for us, and he's obviously a young age. He's another youngster, but I don't know, man. There's talk of Rice, right? So Rice and Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni being the cheaper option, and obviously he's just won France Player of the Year. I get all that.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So I think it's whatever Tuchel wants. Apparently Tuchel fancies both of them, so it's basically down to money. I would imagine if he said to the board, "Look, I'm happy with either," or
Tchouaméni's basically done.
Well, I don't know if it's done, but he definitely want to cut. I mean, Rice wants to come to Chelsea. Let's be real.
Yeah, but Rice is going to cost you 80 million, and I'm not paying 80 million for Rice.
Like I said, Tchouaméni's basically done deal.
But do you not see Rice being like, that backbone that we need in that department?
80 million.
Yeah, but forget the price. Look, I don't care.
You can't. It's 80 million, my G.
Yeah, I know, but do we care? Is it our money? No.
Yeah. I do because I don't want it to be a complete waste of money.
But it won't be. He's a baller.
If I had the chance to sign Rice for 80 million, or like 2 or 3 players for 80 million with like a Tchouaméni, like I don't know, I've heard names mentioned for like a backup left or right wing back, and then maybe a third if you can find a cheap option. I'd rather that than spend 80 million on one player who could flop.
But I don't think Rice would flop. He's proven in Premiership. He's proven. Tchouaméni's not. Tchouaméni's
at West Ham level.
Yeah, but look at the season West Ham have had with Rice. It's phenomenal. Like you've got to look. You've got to give him credit. You can't just say, "Oh, he's a gamble." I don't see him as a gamble.
Go and ask
I
West
think
Ham
Tchouaméni's
fans.
more of a gamble.
He's not even the best midfielder at West Ham.
It's a debate, but certain man will say Souček has had a better.
Well, yeah, but when Rice wasn't playing, they were dropping off, weren't they? They dropped off a bit.
But Mikel Antonio was out too, so you can't say it was just.
Yeah, right. But I'm talking in the midfield. Like, if Rice is your engine in the midfield and he makes things happen and he's a destroyer and all the rest of it, he does his job. If you take that out, he's been playing most of the season. That's why with Tchouaméni, that's why. Imagine Rice with a Kante. Do you know what I mean? Like. That's a whole new level.
Yeah.
Even Tchouaméni, I'm not disregarding Tchouaméni. Look, if that's who we get, I'm backing the kid. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I think saying Rice is a risk, and it's 80 million. Like, it's 80 million for a quality player who's still got bags of potential and years.
80 million is too much for Declan Rice, man.
Yeah, but he's Chelsea. He's proper Chelsea, isn't he? Really?
I'm not spending 80 million.
So you want Declan Rice to be the highest, highest transfer fee ever?
No, Havertz is. Havertz is over 80 million. Havertz was over 8 million.
I don't think he was.
He was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Havertz already has that.
Million.
Havertz was 62 going on to 72.
Havertz was 72 million pounds.
So 80 million pounds would be more expensive than Kepa.
Oh, we
let Kepa keep that title.
Pounds, wouldn't it, actually?
Yes, 72 for Havertz. That 8 more for Rice when there are plenty of other players like him out there.
Yeah, and like I said,
I don't think there are many players like Rice out there. I really don't.
Well,
And
just
wherever
name
he goes, if he goes United, which I've heard he might go,
he won't go United.
if he goes United,
No.
he transforms their whole team, man.
He won't go
They
United.
can't afford him.
It's not that.
United have got the money. You taking the mick. United are
Yeah,
loaded.
they've got the money. They won't spend the
Okay.
money. Also,
They're not going to
United,
spend it, so they can't afford him.
literally the only player that United are properly linked with is Sancho.
Yep.
There's no talk of them looking at a centre back. There's no talk of them looking at a DM. There's no talk of them looking at anyone else other than Sancho. And you know that inevitable rumor that comes around every year when Cristiano Ronaldo wants to leave. Like those are the only two rumors.
I would love Rice. That's all I'm saying, mate. I'd love him.
Well,
So
I like
would I,
Rice with
for
my
50 million.
takeout, but
For 40 million, yes. For anything more, no.
Even if you went there and you negotiated, you got it for like 65, I'd still
Nope.
take him.
No,
Like
you'd,
I
have to
said,
get, you'd have to get
it's not
half
my
that,
money. I don't care.
maybe a bit more.
I don't care how much they are. Just get them. It's whatever makes our team better. That's what I care about.
Yeah, but I
If
feel
it
like
costs-
you're looking at the player over the profile. I
Yeah.
feel like what we need is the profile.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Well, you don't think he he improves us, Lewis?
I think he
Not
does
for 80
improve.
million pounds, he doesn't.
No, forget the price tag. Does he not
You
improve
can't forget
us?
the price tag.
You can.
I feel like
Come
he
on.
makes
can.
us more expansive. We can experiment with different formations, but
he can play centre back if Tuchel wanted. He could.
exactly,
He
you can
could drop into
interchange.
centre. Yeah,
You can
exactly.
interchange with him,
Can
and there's a
Tchouaméni
good
do that?
player there. No
Can
one's
Tchouaméni
saying
do- Can
no one's
Tchouaméni
saying
do
it
that?
isn't. It's just for that price tag, you can find a cheaper option and still be able to
Who?
use the rest of the money to recoup in other
Really?
areas.
Who's a cheaper
Locatelli.
option? Give me an example.
Tchouaméni, I was
Tchouaméni.
going to say Sumabi's gone to Leicester
Sumare was out
City.
there.
Bissouma.
If we had any,
Who else?
any bottle about us, we could have got Sumare, but he's not going to Leicester. Basuma, even though I don't think he's
Bissouma, we already said.
I think Euro Expert mentioned this the other day, but Tchouaméni and
Kamara's another one.
Sumare.
Kamara started as
Well, did your expert rate Tchouaméni? What
Yeah.
did you?
He did.
Yeah,
But
fair
he didn't rate Sumare. I just think he said that Sumare.
I remember him
needs to
saying about
improve.
Tchouaméni, like he did. Like I'm sure I heard him say that he likes because he knows a lot about the French league, doesn't he? So,
He's a big dude. I'm talking about. They call him the Beast in France because he's just. He's,
Sorry. Lewandowski got a goal.
oh,
Sorry.
Fucking hell, did you put a bet on it or something?
No, I just wanted to see him get the record. Yeah.
Okay, fair
My
enough.
Ballon d'Or winner. Fucking get in.
Fucking Rob last year and everywhere. Big up Myron saying, why would you get Grealish when we have version 2.0 in Mount? Need a striker, left winger, maybe another mid-guard double pivot. Grealish is a meme. Yeah, there is an echo. That's not from me though. Someone's gone on mute. But yeah, why would we get Grealish when we have version 2.0 in Mount? We need a striker, left winger, maybe another mid for a double pivot.
he would be
Grealish is a meme. This is why I'm saying don't get Declan Rice because fucking 80 million when we need to fix up these many areas in our squad as well. You'd waste too much money on one position.
Well,
That's
we're
why I'm
gonna
saying the same thing with Haaland. He'd be too much.
We're getting Lukaku anyway, right?
Yeah, Lukaku, that's
Exactly.
already sorted. But
Right. So
the
what's
price
that? 70 million sterling.
80, 90.
I don't
I
think,
think-
like,
80
it's
million
between
euros.
70
You're
to
looking
80.
at 100 million euros at least, more than 100 million euros.
All right, so
I've
let's-
heard
I don't
80
think we
million
are.
euros.
The problem is, I don't think Inter could afford to do that. They are in that league is in the mud in terms of money. Like they can't
they'll
afford to
take what they can
discount.
get basically because no one
Yeah.
else is going to offer.
They'll obviously
for
have
Lukaku.
a lowest fee, but I can see it being between 70 and 80 million pounds. Whatever
Right,
that is, in euros, I don't know.
say we spend 70 million, we've got 150 million kitty, then that suits Tchouaméni coming in as well, and maybe getting a few out the door, and you could probably potentially get another signing that Tuchel wants. That's probably why they went for Tchouaméni, not Rice.
Santana Man as well saying Tchouaméni is confirmed. Apparently, he's a baller. Who's
I don't-
actually confirmed it? Because I
I don't
keep.
think it's.
Jeff,
I don't
you
think it's
said
a case of
basically
it's
confirmed
confirmed.
too.
It's like
Yeah.
we're the only team going in for him, and we want him badly. So it's like if we go in for him, it's guaranteed. One of those
So,
things. We actually haven't put a
He'll
bid in.
come.
So
Tchouaméni
if
will
we
come.
go
He
for
won't
him,
turn it
it's
down.
guaranteed.
He won't turn it
So
down.
Eunice actually did a video yesterday on it's a female French reporter that he went through a history of her tweets and how many of them have been out before anything ever happened and how accurate they were. She's reporting that Tchouaméni is basically a done deal. So So that's where that's the source. That's the only source on that, really. And if you look at her history, the history of her tweets, she's been pretty damn accurate over the last year. So she had Alaba right. She had a whole bunch of different people correct. I can't remember everybody because I'm old and I don't have the memory anymore. But if you want to, Eunice did a video yesterday. Go watch the video. He chronicles the whole thing. So it looks like we're getting Tchouaméni, which is great. I always get him on FIFA. I always bring Tchouaméni and Camavinga for depth in my FIFA team because they're straight up ballers on FIFA.
Big up Karim, Scott.
But yeah, I mean, at least then you could if you paired him with Kova, you could have Beauty and the Beast pivot. if you paired him with Conte, you could have Chewie and the Hulk pivot.
Chewie and the Hulk.
Or if you paired him with Jorginho, it would be the Beast and the slow white guy pivot.
Oh, I can't be that. I was hoping he didn't turn into Jorginho's slot, the CBA.
No, I was just taking the piss, man. I like Jorginho for what he does, but everybody.
You forgot Gilmore. What about with Gilmore?
Gilmore's going to be loaned.
No.
You can't pair him with somebody who's going to be loaned next year.
I don't want him loaned, man.
Right, he's going to develop if you loan him. If he stays, he's going to get barely any game time, and he won't develop his game. You should want him to go on loan.
At his age, the best thing he can have is game time, and he won't get that
exactly
at the minute.
It's the right club as well, but a loan deal would suit him so much more.
I'm talking a top half of the table club.
I'm thinking like a Leeds United or something.
Who?
Villa.
Do you know
Leeds.
what? Depending on if he goes there or not, and depending on the style of football, a Palace, if Lampard goes, wouldn't be terrible.
He's not going. It's done. He's not going.
Never mind then. Not Palace.
He's linked with West Brom to be the manager of West Brom.
Mad.
Why would he do that?
Why, man?
I don't know.
West Brom. Oh no.
It isn't true that he rejected the Palace job because he wanted to. Not an easier job, but he said he didn't feel like the club was capable of staying in the league next season or something like that.
Bloody hell.
Something along the lines of that. I was seeing reports about it yesterday. He said he wasn't confident in the shape of the team and whether they could stay in the Premier League next season. I think he just didn't want them to go down under his name.
Yeah.
Myron as well saying Gilmore to Vitesse. At least he'll take the Mason Mount route, I guess, but he ain't going to Vitesse. Fuck that.
It's not even the worst idea, to be fair, because you know they're good at developing players.
Yep. He'll get the game.
They are, but I just want to keep him in the Premier League at least. I want to see him have a full season there.
Yeah.
I just want him to play. Wherever
That's the right club, though, because if you put him in the wrong team, I feel like it was just completely stunted development. Or just leave him exposed for the most part, too. He's got to be in a team that he feel comfortable playing in.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could go to the Scottish League, to Celtic or Rangers, too.
That's just a waste. It's just unless he's playing consistently in the Europa League, then it's just a waste.
Yeah. It's about the same level, though, as being at Vitesse, isn't it?
Did you hear what Kane said to
That's
Neville?
why I want to keep him in the Premier League. Go on.
You heard what Kane was saying to Neville in that interview. He was basically saying, look, Levy you probably won't get 100 million over the next 2-3 years, so it's the best time for him to cash in basically on me. And he quoted that figure.
But
Harry Kane's really respectfully trying to say, let me leave.
Yeah.
And it sounds really serious this time, and thank God. But I just hope he doesn't go to Man City or Man United, but I just don't think he's coming to Chelsea. We look like we're really trying to push for it, though. I'm hearing like Timo Werner in a swap deal, Kepa in a swap deal, Tammy Abraham, all three of them in a swap deal.
I think
we're really pushing for this, and we're really going to try and test Daniel Levy, but he ain't going to sell to us regardless.
So, are you hearing that maybe João Felix is on the market as well? Don't you think the City would
doing a swap deal?
Don't you think that City would go for João Felix over Kane? Because that fits More of what?
I think they'll go for Martinez. I've said this since last year. I think I see them going for Martinez because he's like from every sort of like talk from ex-players, he's the exact mold of an Aguero in terms of like the way he's
Scott,
built, the way he plays.
Inter got to sell two. They're going to sell Lukaku and Martinez. Would they really do
They had to
that?
sell one of the two. So if Martinez
They might
goes,
sell-
Lukaku.
Right, so
Depends on who's
if we
available.
if we don't get Lukaku, then they'll probably consider selling Martinez. But if we get
No.
Lukaku, I can't see
Honestly,
them
I
selling
can
him.
see
I
them
doubt
considering
it, man.
selling both,
I
depending
doubt
on who's available. Because, like for example, if Torino, actually no, they might be. Oh no, Torino is safe. I was going to say if Torino get relegated, Belotti will definitely move, and then I can see him going to a better club in Italy. So he could go to Inter. I could see who else is at a lower club, slightly lower club in Italy that could move. Don't know actually. I could see them get. There are other players I could see them getting. To be fair,
Yeah. So it looks like Emerson.
You know who
one
our
of
top
Emerson
scorer is right now, isn't it?
Jorginho.
in the league is Jorginho.
No,
In the
Tammy.
league, it's-
No,
Sure.
Tammy's got 12 goals in all competitions.
Scott
oh,
Fiorentina.
all comp.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fiorentina.
Vlahovic. Yeah, Vlahovic could go. That'd be a good signing for him.
he's not going. Well, yeah, he's staying in Italy. But Bogovic is staying.
Yeah, no,
in
he could.
Italy.
Inter could take him, and then all of a sudden, that's like
games.
Say
For
again, you
backup,
cut out for a bit.
for depth. Yeah, we'll take Bellotti for 20 million for depth. Absolutely.
absolutely.
As depth, cool. Yeah, as long as he ain't number one. Because Aguero's not happening now. Barcelona's
Yeah.
No,
basically
he's
a
going
done
to,
deal.
and so is Memphis Depay. He's going to Barcelona too.
Memphis Depay to Barca as well. Fucking hell.
Well, they've
be
definitely
fair-
got Aguero, so
Yeah.
that's a good little move for them.
At least,
And Messi's staying.
at least
So.
that move just to keep Messi happy, you know.
And
Well,
Messi's
listen,
staying.
Aguero
Well,
will
I'd
have
take
the
it
weather.
that.
The weather will help him. The lifestyle. It's not as an intense league, so I don't think he'll get injured as much as he would do in the Premiership. So it's a good move for him, man.
Belotti.
Belotti, I wanted him back when he had that amazing season. I think if he took that momentum coming to us, he would have balled out, man. They wanted too much money.
That's a problem with it. But, yeah.
I do like him. I mean, I know he's gone way off the radar now, but I did like him.
Which
When he
why
was
one B
full.
saying the fall from Udinese is very underrated.
He is, but he wouldn't fit. What his role in Udinese's team is exactly the same as what Mount or Havertz would be in our team. More Mount, to be fair, where it's picking the ball up from deep and driving forward with it. So we wouldn't need him.
But I don't think we're going to bring two strikers in this summer anyway, because you could play different formations with. You still have Timo there. You still have Havertz there. Let's say you bring in one of Lukaku or Kane.
Yeah.
Then why do you need another striker?
4 strikers back in the day was always what you had. Fergie always
that's
had
back
4
in the day.
strikers. Yeah, but I
Also,
still think you
also
need
as well,
it.
that was in a system where they played 4-4-2, so they always had 2 starting, so you had 2 backups, or they would play a 4-3-3, but a striker would be on the wing, like a Tevez.
Mhm.
So they would always have 2 strikers playing anyway, and then
You
you'd
want
need
another.
whereas,
You want another mould who's a bit slightly versatile. Put it that way.
well, to be fair, if we've got Havertz who can play there, we get a Lukaku or a Kane, have Timo as a backup, or as a guy who could play as like in a number 2 in a 2 striker formation, and then you get like a say Broha, for example.
Are we still trying to renew
Tammy,
Giroud's
if Tammy's willing to sign a lesser contract, like an 80 grand a week contract, or whatever it is, 100 grand a week, then you keep him as backup as well.
Yeah, I don't see him doing that.
No,
I've heard
that's
some
it.
rumblings that there may be a contract is a 1 year for Giroud, but I've also heard that before Mourinho got appointed that he was going to go to Roma.
What is Jamie doing?
So,
Oh yes, Jamie.
so
God.
Let him go, like at this point, like let him enjoy the rest of his footballing career in a league where it's not as difficult, where he can like let him. Actually, go to Inter, like because you know they'll create loads of chances for you with Eriksen, Hakimi, and whatnot. Like, go there. You're going to be playing under a manager who did he play under Conte or not?
no,
Who?
I think he came after Conte,
Giroud.
didn't he?
Did he come after, or was he?
No, he came for Conte's last 6 months.
Okay.
fair enough. But he's at least played under him, so like, yeah, just
Yeah,
send
by
him
the end of the run, he'd already benched Morata.
What
yeah,
about
so like send him there. Let him live in Italy and just enjoy himself in a slower league.
what about that guy? What's his name from Wolves? Because Nuno's leaving, right? So what
Neto.
about Podence?
Podence. He's not
Podence.
what, as a winger.
Just
I don't
to
think we can
have,
bring
man.
him.
He's
I
a
don't think-
baller.
If it's not Sancho, we're not bringing a winger in.
Get him in on the cheap, man.
Yeah, but he's only had one year.
Yeah.
So
He's a lovely little player though.
And
he
it
has
depends,
some
it depends
skill.
if they get a good, like, if they end up replacing Nuno with like another like rising manager or like an underrated manager who could improve him more, then he just might as well stay.
God, so
I think someone will be in for him.
I think Podence is going to stay there. You could see Real Jimenez move.
I can guarantee this: whoever can come to Chelsea next season, gonna turn us into title challengers.
Well, I'd fucking hope so at this point. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we're fucked for transfers.
Yeah.
Especially
I
Mount.
think it's also it depends. Like how many people is going to be in Euros this year? And then
What of our squad
Depends. Oh, from our team.
or just in general?
in
Mount.
general, not only Euros because we got also Copa America this summer
Yeah, we
alongside
have.
you.
Oh, bro, there's one day just in terms of talking about other football. There's one day during the Euros and the Copa America, which is insane. It's the same day I think that Germany and Portugal play each other.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying this. It was like I
Have you
don't
seen the
remember.
added games though? They added the Copa America games on BBC as well, and they've got like I think they've got like Uruguay versus Argentina or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's something like they've got a couple of big games.
At least it'll be something for the summer then, I guess. Cool. I'm gonna drop the link into the chat as well if anyone else wants to get involved.
We moved quickly on for the Aston Villa game.
Yeah, we did start going off on a tangent about transfers, but that's what I love about the show. Regardless, we all just go completely off topic and talk about it. As long as it's football related, I don't give a shit.
The team picks itself. So the back four is going to be
5.
back five.
Are they
excuse
playing
me.
back 4 or back 5? Just asking.
Back
play
five.
back
Excuse me.
Actually, they might play.
Freudian slip. So it's going to be,
No, we'll
it's
have
going
a
to be
back
Rudiger,
But they
Thiago,
won't
and
play.
Aspie. And then it's going to be RJ and Chilwell, Jovicic pivot. So and it's going to be Werner and Mount. So it's either going to be Ziyech between Ziyech and Pulisic for the last position.
No,
So
I think Pulisic. He scored
Well,
against
You don't
Arsenal.
get changing the back three because they're saying AC's back in the squad. And I feel like if there's any chance that if you don't start this game, I don't see him starting the final. But I think with him being benched for so long, to be honest,
No,
there's a chance he plays in this game.
I think he plays actually.
there's a chance.
I
It
think
could,
plays
he
in
could
this
be
game.
in for Aspie, but I wouldn't take Thiago out.
No,
Reece
not for Thiago.
Thiago right back. If AC comes in centre back, right? Obviously, then you want to shift Reece out, or would you want to shift Aspie out at fullback?
I'd ship Reece out.
Reece.
Yep. Yeah. I
Yeah,
hear you.
Reece. You only keep Aspie if you're really trying to defend during the game, and we're not. I don't think we're going to go with that incentive for this match, so I'd go for Reece James.
Fair enough.
And plus, I want to see RJ truck.
Would you like to go Silva?
Yeah.
I would if Christensen's back.
Yeah.
I would say Silva
Wait,
for the
this is it.
final, personally.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, Tuchel said he's back in the squad for this game, and I don't see him being in contention for the final unless he has some sort of impact in this game.
But you could also bring him on as a sub. Bring him on on a 60-minute mark. If
Could do to rest Thiago Silva. I could see
Yeah.
that.
Could start Zuma.
It's a bit headache. I can't
Oh,
lie.
no.
No.
Seems a headache.
Too shaky.
I would choose Aspie and then Christensen and then Rudiger as a back three. I think has reach and then right. Regardless, we've got a week's time to prepare. So
Yeah, because here's the thing. I always get like protecting Thiago Silva, but we haven't done so in the 2 games for the cup final and the return around for the Chelsea-Leicester game. There's been a good 5-6 day gap before the Aston Villa match, so you could play him in this one. And then there's
Keep the
another
momentum.
6 days rest before the Champions League final.
Keep the
So he is
momentum.
getting a fair amount of rest in each game.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna start a very strong side to win.
I think he might play in the final in Champions League. He might play Aspie right wing back, and then he'll play Christensen, Thiago, and Rudiger.
I hope not, man.
Possible. He did against Milan. He did it
I hope
against
not, bro, because
Madrid, yeah.
I think he will.
Yeah,
I think he'll play that.
Yeah, for defensive solidity.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
suicide. Because as good as he is one-on-one defending, he can get caught out easily at right wing back.
I will not be
Whereas
surprised if
James,
we see
he
Hudson-Odoi starting, you know.
Huh? Did you?
Hudson-Odoi.
Why would you
Okay.
start
Champions League final.
Hudson-Odoi in an important game?
Champions League final. Are you mad?
Oh, no,
In the
not
Champions League
the
final, you
Champions
start
League. No,
Hudson-Odoi
not the Champions League final, the Villa game.
against Aston Villa.
It's just
I
as
don't
just
think-
as important. Why would you start
Yeah,
him?
fresh
Yeah,
start.
I don't
Yeah, I would have
think
started.
Yeah,
I would
nah.
have started.
I don't think
Too
Tuchel trusts Hudson-Odoi to start this game because part of our season rests on this game. Getting top 4 is crucial for us, and putting Hudson-Odoi out there, who he hasn't trusted this season so far, it's a bit risky, you know. I
Yeah.
do think it's a gamble with him. It can pay off, or it can just be a bit lackluster and underperforming.
Odoi will be an impact player. I think.
Villa.
Exactly, he's a good 60-minute sub. You know, bring on for that energy, pace. He brings that fight, but over a full match, it's a bit questionable.
He's not good enough defensively to play with.
Yeah, exactly.
Right wing
He's got
back.
recovery pace, but he's just one-on-one. He'll get burned.
It's because he's a left winger, man. He's not a right wing back, bro. He's a left
Grealish is
winger.
going to play on the left. That's going to be troublesome, you know.
Well, Hazard's injured again.
But he's not
Odoi's played right wing back every time, pretty much.
Yeah.
So he'll probably play. If he's going to play again, it'll be right wing back.
Yeah.
But he's not. Why would you do that? I mean, we have to win this game to take that. If we don't win the Champions League final, we won't be in Champions League
Exactly,
next
man.
year. We
I
have to take
think.
that pressure off of it. This game is just as important as the Champions League final.
I think
Because
Tuchel's going to do a
Exactly.
rehearsal tomorrow.
I
I
think
think he's going to play
Strongest lineup.
close to what he's going to play in the final and keep that momentum going into the.
I think we have the
into
hardest game. I think Tottenham and Crystal Palace ain't got nothing to play for. So Leicester and Liverpool might win. We
Palace
just
have a
need
lot to
Ronaldo.
play for, man. It's Roy Hodgson's last game. They're going to turn up.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
going to turn
we know,
up.
we know Palace though. They got slapped by Liverpool 7-2.
I just want
That's
Liverpool
not
not to make
again.
Champions League, man.
Just because that happened once doesn't mean it will happen
And they've
again,
been
mate.
poor,
There's different
poor,
settings,
poor.
you know. When a manager retires of Roy Hodgson's stature, especially what he's done for the club over the recent years, of course the players are going to turn up. And, you know, I do see Palace doing something against Liverpool because Liverpool are vulnerable still. You know, their defense still hasn't been good. Zaha, yes, they don't
Nick,
have Eze.
Nick,
but
Nick,
Benteke
they're playing
do.
at, Nick, they're playing at home with fans. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
and Palace
They'll win.
are absolute
No doubt.
trash. Palace are
What?
rubbish.
At
I
least,
don't
at
know.
least, I
Palace
I would love to see just.
Time for rubbish,
I don't want to rely on Palace just to give a game.
Yeah, I
For
just want to
Yeah,
win
exactly.
the game.
we just have to focus on.
I'd
ourselves.
rather we just do our job, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Villa's
if we
gonna-
win, it
That's the
doesn't
thing.
matter.
Do so.
You know what?
much
Now
defense.
that I deep it,
I feel
really got
that
that
if we
right.
secure this top 4, that's our insurance policy secure for the Champions League.
And it
final.
gives
Did you even hear what
It gives them more
what's it
confidence
called?
as well.
Villa's coach said? I forgot
We'll
his
probably
name.
play better.
Smith.
in the UCL final.
yeah,
If we
because we
win.
play with less pressure. Like when we played Arsenal in
said-
Europa League,
He said, "I know Chelsea. The way record's good. I want to destroy that." In his press conference,
Who did?
Dean
Dean
Smith.
Dean Smith, yeah.
Dean
So
Smith
you
can
tell
go
he's
and
gonna-
take a
he's
step
gonna
back,
try
man.
to, like,
He needs to
do
calm
something,
himself
you know,
down.
He's just blowing gas. Managers don't come out and say, we're crap, we're not going to win. I've never
no,
heard
but he
a
said-
manager say that. They're going to
Yeah.
hype their team. That's what their job is.
If-
They're going
It's
to put
just like when the managers
every
talk
man
about-
behind the ball, Jester. They're going to literally sit back and
Yeah,
try and hit
legit.
us.
No, they're
No, but-
not.
They will. They
Have
will.
they played like that ever this year?
They do against us.
Yeah.
I remember end of last season. Like literally, they made it so hard for us.
They play more
Yeah.
expensive
Most people haven't
football
played
than you
for
think.
yeah, they do. I don't know why Tyrone Mings is in the Euros, man. It should be Tomori, man.
Ollie Watkins. We need to keep an eye on him. That guy is gonna try his best. This is the
Yeah.
last game. Try get
Incoming.
into the Euros.
Don't worry, incoming AC's masterclass. He's going to put in AC's skill in it.
Yes.
There it is.
Come on.
That's already
Zuma
new.
better not start, 'cause
Come on.
There are going to be
Watkins
some
and
new
McGinn
additions to the
upstairs.
penitentiary after this game, lads. Guaranteed.
Fucking finally, bro. I've been waiting weeks to drop another tweet.
Nah,
Lewis
nigga,
Watkins in the
jail.
ring.
You got
You
one
need to
stuck
bring
in
the
the
jail
pipe,
for
man. Lewis had one stuck in the pipe.
Yeah, this guy's
Just
pissed.
clear it.
Fucking Jesus has killed my whole Twitter account for the last month. But don't worry, we're putting Ollie Watkins in there. And
Yeah.
Barkley in there
would you
anyway.
They've still got
start
spaces
Pulisic?
though. To be fair,
And Foden soon. Foden soon.
Yeah,
Foden
the whole Man City team's getting their own wing after next Saturday. Don't worry.
Nah,
And Lewis, you need to put the Champions League next to him where he's cotching up there, bro. Have that CL just sitting there.
Shit! No, that's a good little spin on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Champions League. Imagine that. I like that. I like that. That's a good move.
Done in it. Love that.
Shit, I still need to make a Mendy wing. I completely forgot, but that'll come next season, isn't it? What are we saying in the comments? Agent Terry would do the job for us, says Hanad. Terry also almost celebrates our goal last time against Aston Villa. I'll talk about John Terry, but I don't see him having too much of an impact on this game regardless. He's just going to try and keep behind the sidelines. Charlotte saying Timo's attorney supporting the clerk. You love to see it. Chelsea game's bigger than the Champions League final.
Yeah, 100%.
What else? Madrid
I
injury.
don't think that's true.
For fuck's sake.
I don't think that's true. What the hell? Champions League final is way bigger, man.
Yeah, what you want about?
Way bigger than this game.
The biggest game.
I feel like.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't even deep that quote. What the fuck? Yeah, no. Both games are important, but the Champions League final is way more important.
Bro, we never beat.
If we win the Champions League final, we get in regardless of where we finish.
Yeah, exactly. And we win it. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Yeah, that's what I want. I don't care about this. Look, I care about this game, but do you not think it would actually add to more? It would give us
add more pressure if you lose.
Yeah,
Yeah, it adds more pressure if you lose.
But that wouldn't even be a good effect. That's the thing. I don't want us going into this game having more to play.
We had that in
more
Munich.
pressure on us.
But there's one thing about City.
But just because we had it in Munich doesn't mean it's going to be good for us to have it in both teams. Like
Exactly,
in Munich, it was a much more experienced Chelsea side.
Yeah,
I feel
this
like
team not clinical.
That's fair. That's fair. There's more experience to.
No one expected us to win.
This team not that more clinical. You know that. This team not even that much clinical.
Clinical. They don't even know what clinical means, bro.
Bro, if we lose this game, but we're not winning the Man City game because these players have no composure, man.
We might do. The problem is
we're not going to start Giroud. We're not going to start Giroud Crofty.
I think he should, by the way. Giroud should start.
Yeah, Giroud should start with the experience.
Against Villa, yeah.
Yeah, he's
No.
against them as well, you know.
He scored a lot of goals against them, and also just for the nostalgia
And to
thing.
be fair, there was that period when Lampard was having patchy parts, he kept scoring for us, but our defense let us down.
What?
It's
Oh,
going
the
to
last
be
time.
Giroud and Alonso up front. Are y'all taking the piss in here? Giroud and Alonso up front?
What was I going to say? Oh, you know,
No, someone's saying Alonso up front. They ain't being serious.
No,
that's probably classic in disguise, man. That's probably classic in disguise.
the Man City game is completely different to every league game we played at the end of the season because all the league games we're playing, like this one, the Leicester game, the Arsenal game, we're all playing against teams that like to sit deep and will break. Whereas the City team will be a lot more expansive. They won't sit.
I think that Champions League final will be completely different to the last two times we lost them.
No, for Man City's case, they fucking hope so.
The thing is,
You
right?
have to remember the other two games we played, they barely played the strongest lineup.
No. But,
Yeah, but neither did we.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm talking about
They
And
played
also-
their strongest lineup in the league game they didn't. They switched their formation.
yeah, and
the FA Cup, I like
That
in the
fuck
70th minute.
3-3-3-1 or whatever the fuck they were playing.
Those two games they hadn't played Walker, De Bruyne, Gundogan.
No, it's because you know Pep Guardiola. He doesn't want to give any like hints away to like Tuchel.
Yeah,
That's why he's
exactly.
saying, different formation.
And Walker,
And also-
that guy. I'm telling you now, when we play in the Champions League final, he will nullify our place up top. Walker will nullify us up top.
He won't. Look, you have to remember too. This is City's
man.
first Champions League.
Who's
final,
Carl
right?
Walker in this game, bruv?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Simp it, that son. Simp that up, boy.
Hey,
Simp that up, boy.
I just want to say one thing quickly, right? This is City's first Champions League final, isn't it? Right? And English teams historically, in recent years, haven't done well when their first final. Tottenham and us, right? We both lost our first finals.
I'll check it out, Monster.
It's our first final as well with this group of players, though.
Well, it's not in the history, right? The point is, City are newcomers to this. Pep hasn't played in the Champions League final for 10 years. Tuchel got there the year before with the PSG squad. Like, we've never gone to the final again. Right?
It was the first
Mbappe and Neymar turned up, they would have won, but they didn't. Anyway, Tuchel will not lose this final. He will know what to do. He's the right man in charge and the right man in place to outthink Pep the third time, right? He's got him psychologically on the edge, and Guardiola will just want to overthink this, and Tuchel's just going to keep it simple and measured. He's not going to change too many things. I think he'll tweak one or two small things. I'm not sure what, but we won't come in this game flat-footed, I don't think we'll play our normal. What's that?
Whoever.
I mean, he did overthink the FA Cup final.
I think that one.
Not even. You should have actually put a goalkeeper in goal.
Yeah. I think.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He overthought the final where he played players that shouldn't have played. He tried resting players.
4 attackers, like 4 wingers, right?
Oh, it's just like that. It's the trying to rotate for the Arsenal game, but then you didn't rotate everyone you needed to. But then the rotation you didn't matter. It's like he fucked up 2 games for us because he overthought.
Yeah,
exactly. So he overthinks as well, so he could overthink this game.
True. That's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're putting way too much emphasis on what we did in the past. Those things were done for a certain reason.
Also, as well, up until this year, Tuchel hadn't beaten Pep, and people were bringing that up before we faced City.
So he's always had worse squads. Right? At Mainz he had a very weak team, right? Still, he got Mainz into 5th, I'm pretty sure, in the Bundesliga, right? And Guardiola still had Bayern. Then at Dortmund, right? Of course, it's unfortunate, but Bayern Munich are obviously the kings of Germany, as they are. Let's be real. So now that Tuchel's gotten, I'd say just an equally, or if not better, squad in some aspects, right? He can compete with Guardiola. It's as simple as that.
I think our depth is
whoever Chelsea's admin is,
really not. Exactly it's really not.
In some positions, it is.
In some, that's what I mean. Of course, it's not all. Not all round, but I for a couple of positions, I genuinely think we've got better players in City.
We got better backs. We got better fullbacks than they do.
No, we don't.
What?
You don't think RJ and Chilwell are better than?
Maybe at right back we don't.
You think Kyle Walker, or is it Cancelo? Which one?
Both of them, I think, this season and just in general, at the minute, are better than James. James can get better than both of them, but I think they're both better than him.
Ever since he went to right wing back, he hasn't been the same until that City game.
It's a different position.
And if Cancelo plays at left back,
Cancelo's had a poor second half of the season.
Individually, we got a debate, but I think as a team, City play as a team.
Yeah, of course.
Chelsea play.
Because
they've just had more years together.
Well, Cancelo will have like a couple weeks off before the final because he got a red card.
He got suspended, didn't he?
Yep.
They haven't got momentum going into our game. You know that. We do.
Yep.
We've got competitive games.
Wait, do you guys not think that's a good thing? Because then City, they'll be going into a game a bit of without match fitness and sharpness. Yeah, exactly. We'll have that
sharpness I do here because they haven't looked the same in the last few days. And the Brighton game as well, they did play a strong lineup for that too. For the Newcastle game, it was rotated. I can kind of allow that. But the Brighton game, they played a much stronger lineup and they still kind of struggled.
If you want to punish them for it and get to them, we have to hit them early in the final.
David.
You can't let them grow into the game.
What do you mean,
David?
Johnny is speaking facts, lads. We need to get ahead of them early on.
Yeah, they do, Monster. They do. They do, bro.
And if it's like the 60th, 70th minute and we go 1-0 down, it's not looking good for us. We need to get at them early, within the first half an hour, get a goal. The ball's in our court now, and City have to respond. And we've got the upper hand then. But if we just play back, let it happen, we're not going to win it.
When was the last time De Bruyne played? When was the last time De Bruyne played?
I will tell you.
De Bruyne.
About 3 weeks ago.
Right, he's not going to have that much.
Say Mount is average. Say that for us. Say that line. Mount is average. Overrated by our fan base. Say Mount is overrated by our fan base.
Mount is overrated by our fan base.
Yep.
Why would you say that?
Why
would you say that?
Let's hear this debate.
He's not overrated. We can't even. You don't even want to go there. You don't
I don't want to
Johnny,
start that.
Johnny, that was just
No,
a test
no.
because that's what David says. I was just testing to see if he
David
does
talks
sound
out
right,
of his
David.
arse.
Chelsea's
He talks
idea
out of his
is
arse.
exactly what you should.
Yeah. David has been dealt with Johnny many times, and if he wants to come on again, he's more than welcome. But at the end of the day, yeah, I can't be asked for it. I've said my piece. He knows the score.
Yeah, he ain't got the minerals, blood.
He ain't got no minerals, blood. And I've been digging today for more minerals, so there's plenty around.
Johnny, what if I said that Mason Mount is just a B-Tech Frank Lampard?
He's not B-Tech because he's already exceeded Lampard's stats at 22 for Chelsea for the same amount of games already. And
But Mount is not good enough.
So he's not.
But Mount's playing as a winger. Lampard was
If
never a
anything,
winger.
at the age, Lampard's a B-Tech to Mount, mate.
Oh, okay.
You can't be dissing
What?
Lampard like
At their
that.
age, at their age,
You
at
can't be
their
dissing
age.
Lampard like that.
At their age, I'm saying.
Nah.
Same amount,
I rate
same
about
amount of
Lampard
games,
more than
same
Mount.
club.
But
same
did
club.
Lampard play? Did Lampard play as a
When
winger?
did-
What do you mean play as a winger?
How old was Lampard when he won the league in 05?
Fucking hell, man.
24.
24.
23. I caught him out, Lewis. I caught him out.
Jesus Christ, people. Oh my God. Get alive.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm more surprised by, the actual statement or the fact I finally heard Lampard slander from Johnny.
It's not Lampard slander. It's not. That's not slander. That's credit to Mount. I'm backing Mount. Mount's been managed. Mount's been managed by the legend himself. Yeah. So Mount's learned all the tricks, and obviously he's doing better than Lampard right now, stats wise. He's scored more goals and more assists.
So
Like,
Bruno,
yeah, forget Bruno. Bruno's he's not playing for Chelsea. Bruno's done it for one season. Bruno's
is
done it
Bruno
for one
better than
season.
Lampard then?
No, of course he's not. He's not. I
Then
said
what?
Yes,
Then
better stats.
stats don't matter. And he's got better stats. It's the same conversation.
At the same age of 22 for Chelsea, Mount has better stats than Lampard.
I thought you didn't use stats. You used eye test.
In one season, Bruno scored more goals than Lampard's best ever goal scoring.
But I'm just saying, for that specific pinch, yeah, it's a very small pinch of Lampard's legacy. Yeah, it's a small pinch. It's credit to Mount. Is it or is it not?
Johnny, just compare at the end of the career, mate. It's too early to make judgments.
No, don't.
Listen,
This
if
is
you
why
can't
this
say
is why
what I'm
Lampard's
saying,
career.
I don't know what to say to
Praise
you,
Mount
man.
without
I
comparing
don't
it to
know what to
others.
say. I'm saying to you, Mount has the potential
here we
to
go.
be for sure our legend, another legend for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe Lampard.
I'm not saying now
Lampard maybe
because
stretch.
Mount could go and win nothing for the next 4 years, and this debate is just like, yeah, whatever. It just means nothing. But I'm saying
Johnny.
right now, at the age of 22, if you compare the two players and the fact that Mount has learnt the tricks of the trade from the man himself, yeah, because he's been managed by him for 2 seasons or 2 and a bit seasons. What, you don't think that Lampard's told Mount all the little tricks? Of course he has.
No, of course he has.
Uh-oh.
Look, Mount- it's too early to do these comparisons.
Johnny, look at Bass,
I
Johnny.
think we should just end it.
You prick.
But wait,
Babs, bruv. No minerals there, man. You're digging. You're so digging, man. So digging, bro. Come on, man.
Oh, fuck's sakes, man.
wait, on a quick side note, lads, how
Babs
do
is
you
like that
feel?
dodgy, that little hood road man waiting for your downfall. Do you know what I mean? He's waiting for us to just crumble, bruv. That's what he's doing.
Yes.
He's waiting,
Wait.
He's just lurking. He's lurking in the background.
Hey, if I didn't start all this stuff, y'all wouldn't be entertained. You know, it's about entertainment. So you got to throw bombs out there.
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
Bearman said this is all your fault, bro.
Wait, quick side note,
I'll be
lads.
asked to you, bro.
Oh,
How would
Johnny.
you feel if Lampard got the
Saka didn't have minerals in the cup third round, and you got knocked out by Southampton, innit?
Saka, bruv. Hiding behind an FA Cup. Big deal, man.
Saka's a
Let me know when he's
B-Tech
played-
Hudson
let me know when he's
Odoi. I
played
don't
some
wanna hear
Champions
it.
Did
League
you must
football.
see? Did you must see
Let me know when
W
he's
today?
played
Did
Champions
you
League
must see
football.
W celebrating in the changing room
Yeah.
about him leaving the Arsenal fam?
No, I saw the video. Like, what were they even celebrating, though?
I don't.
Is
It
it
Yeah.
a game or something for Arsenal? Because he's leaving.
looks like they're in the Champions League final. Went up, bro.
Fucking up. No, fair
Yeah, see,
play
look at
to
their
him.
mentality. They're
He
finished
started
group.
for like how much wages for 2 years? Fair play to the guy.
Can't be answered.
He's going right to the very top.
Who
Yeah,
is?
we all know
Mason
that.
Mount or Billy Gilmore?
Both of them.
Both.
Both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
Both got the minerals. Both of them. I mean, Lampard, Mount's already proved that he's got the minerals. There's no question. For me, they both prove they got minerals, but it's to you lot that they need to prove that they got the minerals.
Let's
Unfortunately.
say
Here's another hand grenade for you. Billy Gilmore is more likely to never play for Chelsea than he is to be a Chelsea legend.
Yeah, that's
No.
fair. That's fair.
No, he will be.
It's about Billy Gilmore.
He's
It's
our
just short. That's
future.
my only thing about
He's
him.
our future. He is our future. Jorginho is worried because Gilmore is up his arse. He's up his arse.
Winners medal
Real, I
next
don't
week.
think
in Wallow.
Jorginho gives a shit. I genuinely
Jorginho's
don't
chilling, man.
think
Jorginho's
chilling.
coaching.
Jorginho's getting a new
be
contract,
there
man. He's not worried.
One more season, maybe two, and then he's out the window, mate. He's gonna be too slow. His legs will go, and then Billy Gilmore will come in.
I'll be real. I
His
genuinely
legs are
don't
gone
think-
now.
Oh, he won't be too slow. Jorginho's already slow, but he don't need pace.
Also,
Yeah, but
I
he'll
don't
be
think
even
Not like his
slower,
pace is going to
Lewis.
decline that much.
Which
when
means
like
I know,
against
but
certain
like that's never
opponents,
been
we
a
won't
part of
play
this
him.
game anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Thing
against
is,
certain
exactly.
opponents, he won't be able to play, Lewis. And then
With-
imagine getting older and older. It's just not going to work.
it's Fernandinho.
But he relies on positioning. That's the difference.
It's not
If
his
you can
pace.
position
Pace
your-
is not key to his game. He's not running in behind, right? It's not like that will drastically drop off. He wants to be on the ball and facilitating the game, right? And you don't need masses of pace to do that. So,
Yeah, but
like,
his actual skill and touch, I think it will go.
it'll probably get better, honestly. More experience, more time,
but that goes for
a bit
any
more
player.
composure.
Yeah,
Billy
it
Gilmore's the
comes down to
future.
whether
He will be playing.
Yeah,
it's
I
a bit
totally
much
agree
to
with
say.
you.
It's a bit much to say. He's definitely going to be legend, or he's definitely not going to be a legend. I think to be a legend, you got to give it a lot
Johnny, are you
longevity
serious?
and medals. Yeah.
So is Aspi considered a legend then? If he wins the Champions League, right? Would you
Yeah.
guys consider?
Of course,
Yeah.
of
Chelsea
course.
Yeah, he'd have
Of
to win
course
the
he is.
Champions League, though. He'd have to win the Champions
Have
League.
to win. And
Because he would have Europa, he would have
everything.
Champions
Epic
League.
Have
Prem,
everything.
won,
everything.
won the
What
whole
about
tournament.
what about Gary
everything.
Cahill? Is
Yeah.
Gary Cahill a legend?
Yeah, he's won the FA Cup, man.
Would be a legend as well.
2015.
Yeah, we won under Conte, didn't we? 1 year.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what? I think you could actually make a good case for Gary Cahill.
I love
Yeah.
Been
Gary
at the
Cahill.
club for 7-8 years, won everying as well.
Yeah.
Had an
Gary
iconic
Cahill-
performance in the
I
Champions
don't
League
underrate
final
More of a
too.
legend than Aspilicueta.
Semi-final as well when we had John Terry who tried to get us knocked out in the semi-final second leg, and no, Cahill was out injured as well, weren't he?
Yeah.
He came out half time. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So I'll take that out of account. But fact is, he still played a key part in us winning basically every trophy he's had with us.
Yeah.
Was captain in
Okay,
yeah.
16,
Came from
17.
Bolton to a Champions League final, big step up.
I think
Yeah,
he's
like, you
more
could make a
legend
case
than
for
Cahill.
Gary Cahill being a Chelsea legend.
Definitely, for sure.
What about Marcus Alonso then?
Get fucked.
No, no.
No.
He won the Premier League.
Shouldn't even be in the
He-
same
he'll-
sentence, Jester. I'm
Europa
sorry.
League.
Yeah, but direct involvement. So
Champions
he's had a
League?
direct involvement in the Premier League, and that's
Yeah.
not.
Alonso
And let's
hasn't
be
been a
real.
consistent starter, to be fair. So
Scott,
Yeah,
Scott
Gary
Carson's
Cahill
won a
played
Premier League.
most of the games. He was always paired next to generally a top centre back, right? He was always doing his bits. He was always underrated, flying under the radar, did the basics, done it simple, yeah? Whereas Alonso, right? He had that one season wonder under blimmin' Conte, right? And everyone gassed him up after that. And he comes in for 3 games and does bits, but after that he cannot establish a consistent run of form. Whereas Cahill was always consistent, reliable, and you could always depend upon him if you needed a solid, good performance. Unlike Alonso, what we can say.
Also, as well, like this thing that they've won that. Let's not forget, Mustafi's won a World Cup. Scott Carson's won a Premier League now. Like, just the fact that they've won something is not the be all and end all. In terms
Big
of,
up Asmir Begovic as
like-
well for to talk about sub keepers.
What about Ross Turnbull?
he lost
What about
with,
Ross Turnbull?
Lost with
Now,
Bournemouth,
Ross
mate.
Turnbull
Did
has
you
more European trophies than the rest of London. You love to see it.
You know what I'm saying?
true.
That's just
Wait,
epic.
Jamal
Did you
Blackman as well.
see his Did you see his thing with Ivan Toney today in the
he's-
playoffs?
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
But Ivan Toney had a
Oh,
bad game
yeah.
today, man. Ivan Toney had a bad game today.
I didn't even
I
watch
mean,
the
at
game.
least he
I
won't
heard
lose to Bournemouth
Bournemouth
next
out
season.
playoffs.
It's good, but he had a bad game.
No, I
When
hope.
does-
hope
when
Brentford
does Swansea
come out.
play next?
Swansea, Barnsley.
Barnsley.
They're playing today.
Daryl DK needs to turn the fuck up, honestly.
Yeah,
So-
DK's been class. Well, I think
So they
Swansea
play
will probably
today?
go up.
He was terrible on Monday against
Is
Swansea.
it
It's
today or
today.
tomorrow?
Yes, today. It's today. It's like 1:30 a.m. in Hong Kong. I don't know what time that is in the UK.
So we get to see DK versus Guay or Gurhi, or however you else want to say his
DK
name.
versus Guay.
That's
I
gonna
would
be
say
awesome.
he got the better of him there, I think, on Monday.
Mark Gay,
Yeah,
I
because
can't wait to see
Swansea
that
won
Premier
1-0.
League club next season.
Didn't he get man of the match in
better
the
than-
first leg of the game versus Barnsley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, have you guys discussed
Nike
about
deserved
Declan
as
Rice?
well.
We did
What
a bit.
about
We
Declan
have,
Rice?
but we can go back into it if you want to. My point still ain't changed on it. I don't think I'll take him.
Nah, I feel like
Like,
90
go on,
million is
what do you
just.
I can't lie.
Too
Yeah,
much.
I think if we want to progress next season, I think we should get someone. Maybe like at least like a four-star people, man.
He does need to adapt, though, does he?
Who?
Rice.
I'm not sure, Johnny.
Well, to
And
a
I'll tell
different,
you,
well,
and
to a
I'll tell
different
you something,
philosophy,
with,
you
with
would.
the French
No,
players,
thank
yeah? French
But too
players,
many.
history will tell you, right, that pretty much every French player needs a season to adapt. And I'm talking about the greats as well.
What about Kante? Remember Kante when he was after?
Kante came straight in.
Kante's your one out of how many signings?
He was a
And I'm
French.
talking
He
like
was in the
Henry,
French league.
Henri, Pires. They all took ages to adapt.
Or can't
And
you
they-
say that about every league?
You're saying you don't want Verratti,
Bro,
Johnny?
it's the same argument I had with.
No, Verratti's
David the other
Italian,
day.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, but Verratti's Italian. I'm talking about French players, just
Bro,
like the French.
You know, Sanchez. He moved from Arsenal to Man United, bro. He was a flop as well. You could argue that he's
Proven.
yeah, and he's proven Premier League player. It doesn't matter if you're proven Premier League player. bro.
Rice,
It matters which team you're in.
Rice is from the roots of Chelsea. He knows the club.
Okay.
So what I'm saying
But
is, if he comes into Chelsea, he knows everything about the club.
Yeah, but he
So-
doesn't know
so
about
there
the
is
system.
no-
Future system.
So
He doesn't know about
5 years
No,
ago.
he'll learn the system. Like every player's going to learn the system.
bro. Shumani
Right.
can
But what I'm
adapt.
saying
He
to
can
you
play
is,
the double
there
six.
is
He can
no
play
other
the eight.
player that you buy.
He plays the 10.
Hold on, there's no other player that you buy, right? That is just going to slot in. That has grown from the club at the age of 5 years old. There's no one. Rice has. You can't even argue that.
Wait, Johnny, wait,
Yes, but 90 million is too much.
I'm not saying that's worth 90 million, but what I'm saying to you is there is no adaptation involved with Rice.
Wait,
Rice
Johnny,
slots
how
straight
much
in.
would you pay maximum for Rice? How
I'd pay
much?
about 60 mil. I'd pay 60
Maximum
50.
50.
Then he's not coming.
Jeez.
Maximum 50
You want
pounds.
to pay basically double what Tuchemani would be worth, yeah, for Rice.
Exactly. He's 34 million euros.
I would because,
And with that 60 million, would you do a swap deal for Tammy?
because I see him as the long-term backbone plan like we had
You know
with
what's funny?
JT and Lamps.
You know what's funny?
That's
You know what's
what I
funny?
see.
The same people that say, let Tammy Abraham play are the same people that want Tammy Abraham to be in a swap deal with Rice, man.
Look,
Okay.
Tammy, I'm happy. I would love Tammy to stay. I don't think he
Would you
will
put him in a
because he
swap deal
wants to be
for
number
Rice?
one.
Would you
What?
put him in a swap deal for Rice?
I
Would you
don't.
put him
He
in-
wants
in
to
a-
aim higher than West Ham. I don't think Tammy wants to go West Ham. That's why the deal won't happen.
Well, that's his level.
Who would take
They got
it?
European football.
Or Man City?
Apparently so. Pep is interested in Tammy. Apparently.
Behave, man.
He is.
Nah,
Apparently he
all
is.
this on Talksport, man.
It's been quoted.
This was a video on Talksport. Literally,
they got
deleted, bro.
I did not
Talk-
hear
Talk-
Pep interested in Tammy.
Deleted, bro.
Did you just say the source was Talksport?
Yeah,
Yeah, literally. It's a clip on YouTube. There's a clip on YouTube of
I
this.
forgot.
what
It
did
wasn't the
they-
source.
Oh, yeah.
They just had a debate over whether Tammy would suit
Talksport hired
City.
the fucking dumbest people in the world.
One of them said winning
They
the
criticised
one of them
Rob.
said getting top four with Klopp is more important. One of them said getting top four with Klopp is more important than winning the Champions League with Liverpool, bro. How does that make sense?
Yeah,
Who said
their
that?
Getting
fans are
top-
a bit
That was
deluded.
a
Jurgen
caller,
Klopp,
though.
some
That
guest
was
called Jurgen
Klopp.
Klopp.
Yeah, but Kloppy's
No,
not.
Kloppy.
Kloppy's just a Liverpool fan. He's not a pundit.
Bro,
bruv.
I don't take this seriously, man.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, but that's not a pundit on
This club is a
talk
bit of a
sport.
clown.
That's not a pundit on
Bro,
talk sport,
the
man.
ill, man. The ill, man.
Fucking idiot.
But Johnny, that wasn't a source. They had a discussion. That's not a
I still
source.
can't
Yeah,
believe
it's just,
I heard
that's just a
Pep's
debate,
interested
man.
in
It's just a
Tammy, you
debate,
know.
bro.
Bro,
Like, that's
Jurgen
not a
Klopp
pundit.
Dark
It's
said
not a
whipping
pundit
balls
talk
with
sport
Tammy
saying
just to
that.
miss them headers, bro.
As
That's
far as
a
bringing
good
somebody back, what do you think about bringing Van Onholt back on a free to be left back depth.
Nah.
I wouldn't mind.
As a
I wouldn't
backup,
mind.
actually.
I
As a
wouldn't mind.
backup, I wouldn't be against it.
No way, no way.
If we're
Not good
getting rid
enough.
of Emerson
Wait,
and Alonso, we need left back.
Jester, is he out of
Yeah.
contract this year at Palace?
I think he is.
He's one of like
Yes.
10
Honestly,
players.
that's a
they've got like
very
10 players.
serviceable option. Look,
Yeah.
Emerson's probably going to go to Inter or something. Alonso's going to probably go to Spain or something, right? Van Aanholt is an experienced, very good and capable backup left back to
And
Chilwell.
according
who
to
we can
Johnny, he
rely
knows the
upon.
club he played for us, so he knows
Wait,
the club.
to be fair, if we're talking about... If we
Exactly, he
that's
can
a
slot
different-
in. He can
Look,
slot
Van
in
Aanholt
perfectly.
Different
does,
just with the
but
foreigner.
Van Aanholt, hold on. Van Aanholt, how old is Van Aanholt now?
He's probably like 29, isn't it?
Right, so
29,
he's played the majority of
30.
his career. He hasn't played at Chelsea. How old is Declan Rice?
The majority
We're
of his
talking
career,
about
he plays
left
West
back.
Ham.
22.
But we're talking about left back. We're not talking
Just
about
left back,
midfielder.
Johnny. It's a
So,
bit of a joke. isn't it?
Declan Rice left
Stupid
Chelsea,
conversation.
what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
About
Four.
6 years ago.
All right, so
Or
it's a lot
six.
longer than, it's a lot less longer than Van Aanholt, right?
Yeah, but Van Aanholt has that experience,
So-
you could say, Johnny. He's got that
more
experience.
Well, he's got a little
experience
bit. He's got a
if we're
bit
bringing
of
that
history in
into
the
it.
back of his mind, yeah, but it's not like fresh as Declan Rice.
Oh,
Declan
my
Rice walks
days.
into our team, bruv. I'm telling you, he walks into our
I'm
team,
just
no
talking
problem.
about
No,
no
he
left
doesn't, man.
back. Yeah.
He does, but it's overpriced.
For him, though.
It's not
Yeah,
our
I
money.
agree.
Why do we care? It's not our
Look at-
money.
Because we
Oh,
have a budget. How are we meant to sign other
Yeah,
positions?
of course
We
we got a
can't
budget.
just-
At the end of the day,
How
yeah,
is
at the end of the day,
Right.
if Tuchel wins the Champions
This guy
League,
wasn't
his
willing to pay
budget's
80
whatever he
million for
wants.
Lukaku, but he's trying
His
to get
budget's
Rice for
whatever he
90.
wants. His
Oh,
budget's
it's a
whatever he
dumbass
wants.
conversation.
I don't think Tuchel will prioritise Declan Rice, though. Obviously,
He
we
said
want
he
a
would
striker
love
first.
Rice or Tchouameni. That's what
I'm
he
sure he
said.
would love
I'm talking to a
Lewandowski.
brick
I'm
wall,
sure he
man.
would
I'm
love
talking to a brick
Ronaldo.
wall.
I'd love
He
an
would love
Aston
any
Martin. I
top-class
can't
player.
afford it.
If money
Exactly.
doesn't matter,
Look,
let's go get Mbappe or someone.
If we want
Exactly.
the player, we'll go and pay the money and get the player. It's as simple as that. If they don't want to pay the money for Rice, they won't buy him. If they want Rice and they don't care, they'll buy him. I would
but
love
no,
Rice.
Johnny,
I think
the
Rice is a
board won't do
baller.
it. How would it look
Baller.
if we paid 80 mil for Rice, a guy who we let go
Exactly.
from our academy, and then
Rice was
All right,
told
so
he
let me
left
put it this
last
way.
summer,
Let me
then
put it
this
this
summer,
way.
we
Then
still
let me
didn't
put
get
it.
him.
Let me put it this way. Yeah, right.
Think about it like
How
that.
much did Leverkusen want for Havertz?
70.
100. They
No,
were
they
80.
didn't. They wanted
100.
100 million for Havertz. They wanted 100
Yeah,
million.
but
How much did they get?
Johnny,
Because we were
No,
the
I'm
only
asking
ones
you.
getting
I'm
for
asking
him.
you.
Yeah,
How
but
much
Rice
did they
has
get?
English tax. Rice has
Only
English
different
tax.
distance.
Forget it. Regardless, any club can say I want X amount for a player. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. And if Rice actually
Dortmund
wants
do.
to come to Chelsea,
Yeah,
and
but
Chelsea
he's
put
like-
in a bid in between the 60 to 80 million
But think
mark,
about like
we will
this.
get
Why
him.
would
Did
why
Johnny-
why would
Big-
West
big
Ham
old
need to sell him?
difference
They
here
have
as
no reason
well.
to sell him.
There's a big
Because
old
if
difference
Rice
here
will
as
want to
well.
go, bruv. He'll want to go, man. If he
I
knows
think
Chelsea
he's
are
quite
putting a bid,
happy.
he's going to want
Why?
to
They
go.
have no
Doesn't have
reason to
to.
sell him.
Because if
They don't
Rice
have
doesn't
to.
go
They know
now, he ain't
they know
ever
in the
going to
financial
come.
situation.
Yeah, he
If
will.
Listen,
they get
if Rice doesn't go
22.
now, he will never come to Chelsea. He
They
wants
get
to come
not
back to
true.
European
Chelsea.
football.
Oh my
They get European
Bro,
football. They don't have
Johnny,
financial
man,
issues.
you might as well go with the talks about Mandem, man. Please, man. What are you doing, man?
It's not about that. I'm talking to you absolute truth, man. It's not
Bro,
bullshit.
it's not.
Oh my
Rice,
Genuinely
days.
not
Rice
true.
is overpriced. We're not saying he's a bad player. He's just overpriced. And
Fucking hell,
Exactly.
what do you care if he's overpriced or not? Is Haaland not overpriced at 180 million?
No,
Is that
but
not
Haaland's freak of
overpriced?
nature, bro. Haaland's
No,
freak of
yeah.
nature
No,
is
of
different,
course
bro.
not.
Generation.
Yeah,
Johnny,
pay
the
180
opportunity
million for him.
cost
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
my
of course,
guy.
yeah.
If we
No
slap-
problem
Why do
with
you think I'm
that.
telling you Lukaku over Haaland?
Yeah, I get that, Lewis, but I'm talking to these youths, yeah? I'm talking to you lot that are saying to me that he's overpriced. So if Haaland's overpriced, you still want to go
Johnny,
and
you're
get
the biggest
Haaland.
flip flop,
Haaland's
man.
not overpriced. He just
He's
Johnny,
not
scored 41
overpriced, bro. How
goals.
old is
Johnny,
he?
Johnny,
Johnny,
How
one
old is
minute you
Haaland?
say we
Haaland's
should get
overpriced.
Haaland for whatever
I'll tell you
price.
what Haaland is.
Now
One
you're
at a
saying
time,
he's
one at a
overpriced.
time. One at a time.
I'm using it as my argument. Haaland is what, 20 years old, and he's up for 150 million with 400 grand a week wages. Is that not overpriced?
For
Johnny,
41
you cannot
goals a
compare
season.
I'm
the
asking you, is that
potential.
overpriced or is it not
Johnny,
overpriced?
yeah, I'm gonna.
There's some
Johnny,
big
can I
differences
say
here.
my
It's
point?
overpriced, fact. Number
It's
two,
not.
Rice is overpriced.
Johnny.
Does that mean that you can't put a bid in for Rice? Does that mean you can't put a bid in for Haaland? Of course you can.
Johnny,
It's down to
here's
the
my point.
player and the agent whether they want to push that move or not. Because at the
Yeah,
end
I
of the
hear
day,
you.
if another club's not coming in with that money, if no one else is coming in for Rice and put 65 million million on the table, all right? They've got a great opportunity to negotiate, maybe get 70 million and sell him.
Do you still think he's worth 70 million?
If no one else comes in for Haaland, same scenario, no one comes in for Haaland and they put down 120 million and no one's come in, they might consider it. They might consider it
You
because he's
cannot
buying
compare the
next year 6-7
potential of
million.
Haaland and Rice. Rice is going to be a top player in the future, but
So
Haaland
is
has the
Haaland.
potential to be a Ronaldo-esque type player, right?
He has not got that. Listen, he's not Ronaldo-esque anywhere near that.
And
no one is near Messi, Ronaldo yet. No one.
No. Haaland has the potential to become.
Until they've done it and won titles
right?
year after year. You can't even put him in the same bracket as bloody Ronaldo.
No,
and Messi.
Haaland genuinely
They're
does.
absolute generational players.
The
players we've got now
Haaland
are
has the potential to become a generational
Hold on,
player.
the players we're talking about are potential generationals. They're potential.
So is Rice.
Haaland has already proved that this year. He scored 40 goals at 20, man.
Right,
As I
Rice,
said earlier,
you can't say,
Rice
I
is
don't know,
been-
would you say Rice is a potentially generational player?
No. I'm saying potential. You brought potential into
No,
this.
I'm talking about the players you're talking about, potential generational
Johnny,
players, right?
answer this question, yeah?
He's not at
Johnny,
CDM.
Not compared to Haaland. Johnny, Haaland and Rice shouldn't even be in the same
Because you lot
conversation
don't
of
want
a
to pay
potential.
80 million.
I'm sorry.
Johnny, answer this
Rice
question.
is not hitting.
Johnny, answer this question, yeah? Answer this question, Johnny. What does Rice have that Shumeni doesn't? Simple question.
Rice
Answer it
has
now.
proven Premiership experience. He has the
But we said that about Lukaku, and you don't want it. You don't want Lukaku.
Bruv.
So does Lukaku.
Exactly.
You stop.
There's no
Listen,
difference.
when you debate with me, yeah, don't jump from point to point. Don't do it because it's just
Okay,
pointless.
answer the question then.
But
Answer
in
the question.
yesterday's stream,
Well, you
yesterday's
let me
stream.
answer then instead of flip flopping.
Okay, go answer.
I'm telling you, he's got
Answer.
proven Premiership experience. Shumeni doesn't.
That's not an advantage. That's not an advantage, though.
That's
That's
not
not
an
an
advantage.
advantage.
Are you stupid?
So you're
Bro,
saying
Alexis
Haaland doesn't
Sanchez
have...
moved from United, Arsenal to United for like 80 million or something like that, and he was a flop, fam. So that's not an
Trent,
advantage. You can't say that.
Hey, Drinkwater had experience as well.
Listen, I'm talking about Declan Rice, who's come from our roots and our academy. Yeah, it's a different scenario.
Who gives a flying motherfucking?
Declan Rice kisses the badge. Kisses the badge.
Because if you
What's
cannot
up, Jem?
accept,
Hi,
if
Jem.
you cannot accept that the player knows the roots and knows the club inside out, right?
Who cares?
And would not have any problem
The
adapting.
board
then I
won't
don't know
care,
what to talk to
Johnny.
you. You
The
don't know
board
ball,
won't
man.
care. That's all
What
I'm
the
going to
fuck?
say.
Discussion.
I don't know Paul because I
Lewis
don't
dropped
think
out.
No, you
it's
don't. You just
someone
look
has
at just look at other old Sanchez. You bring up
What
Sanchez.
the
What
fuck?
kind of shit are
Okay, wait. Johnny, let me ask you a question. Johnny, let me ask you a
He's
question.
played abroad and he's playing for
One
Arsenal.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Hey,
Why are you fucking comparing
let me
with
ask you this
Sanchez
then.
for?
Should we bring back Islam Farouz? Because I'm pretty
Oh
sure
my
he has
God.
roots at Chelsea.
Look at the
Chelsea
players
Academy.
you're bringing, man. Look at
Yeah,
No, wait.
Declan
Johnny,
Rice
let
is
me ask
why
you a
he's got
question.
West Ham to Champions League football. What did Fruz do, you dick? What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about?
What's
Bring
Benzema
me a
and Rice
fucking
have a playground,
a
bro?
solid
Say it.
argument. What's this shit you're bringing me now?
Bring me
80 million overpriced,
Johnny,
bro.
no, wait. Scott, let me ask you a question.
Waffle, bro.
Johnny,
Let me ask
80
you-
million is
Waffle.
overpriced.
Scott, let me ask
for
Johnny. Let me ask
Declan
Johnny.
Rice.
Peruse, bro.
Johnny,
I wouldn't pay
Give
more
me a
than
break,
45.
man.
Johnny,
Go back
Lukaku
and
has
write
Premier
some
League
points,
experience, and he's been at the club he's at the club, so he knows
Fuck
the
me,
club
Scott, man.
decent amount. What is that not the same argument?
Bruv, you just keep flip flopping, man. You just waffle.
I'm
You
asking
talk
you a
waffle,
question.
bruv.
I'm asking you a question.
You ask your
Johnny,
questions
your
are
argument
pointless, bruv.
hinges
I've
on the
answered the
root.
question. You don't like the answer, so
You
wanna
never
keep
answered the
flip-flopping.
question. You never answered the question.
What's your fucking question?
I'm
Come on
asking
then.
you.
Go on.
I'm asking you. Cool. Lukaku has Premier League experience, and he was at the club before, so he knows the club fairly
But I said
well.
to you,
Is that not the same argument?
I'm saying to you, yeah, he didn't grow through the academy, did he? Did Lukaku grow through the academy?
Johnny,
Since when do we judge players' abilities or whether they grow up in the
Lukaku's a
academy?
27-year-old player. He's come to Chelsea for a small honeymoon period, didn't make it, and he's moved to other clubs, and he's doing well in Inter Milan now. Shut up for a second, yeah? All right? He's gone to Inter Milan, all right? And he's come now. We're only buying him because he's third choice and he's cheaper option. Let's have it right, okay? Because if you had the option to buy Kane or Haaland, you'd go and buy them. And that's a fact.
Put
So
some
don't
respect
give
on
me this shit
Lukaku's name,
argument.
though. He's had a good year.
Johnny,
He's had a
cool.
very
I'm not
good
saying
year.
Lukaku's not good enough for Chelsea.
We're
All I'm
talking
saying to
about
you
a
is he's
midfielder,
third
bro.
choice, yeah?
Johnny, what
He's
are you
third
doing
choice.
again, bruv? I'll come in for 2
Well,
minutes.
I'm talking
I hear
to
you going
children.
mad.
That's what's going on.
Johnny, you see scouts when they're looking to buy a player. Do you think they look at whether they came from the academy or not? Or do they think they look at the ability?
You talk breeze, man. Talk
Wait, what is this conversation
Hey, Monster
about?
took the
What's
piss
going
out of
on?
me, man.
What are they
Should we
saying?
sign Rice for 90 million?
No.
No, fam.
There we go. Someone with sense. Thank you.
Johnny,
All right. My argument is, yeah, like, let's have it right. My argument is, did we buy? Did Leverkusen want 100 million
Johnny, you
for
cannot
Havertz?
compare this,
And did they?
right?
Shut up, bruv. Stop interrupting.
Mate,
Stop interrupting, bruv. Have some respect.
Johnny, did Lampard want Havertz?
Johnny,
Did
what's
Lampard
the
want
respect
Havertz?
to you, man?
Lewis,
Lampard
do
didn't
you
want
want to
Havertz.
just let these
One
guys?
sec, guys, one at a time. Please pick up Emiade saying every player is overpriced depending on demand. And Johnny, go for it. What were you saying, man?
Right. So when we were looking to buy Havertz, yeah, 100 million euros was for Havertz. That's what they wanted. Did they get 100 million euros? The answer is no, they did not. So when West Ham say, I want 80 million, or Tchouameni's up for 50 million, it doesn't mean you're going to pay that money. Right? It's not our money. If we can send Marina and Marina can negotiate and get a better deal, we go and buy that player. And I'm saying I'd rather go and get Rice. If I can get him for 60 million, I'll get him for 60 million. That's all I'm saying. And you lot are going, oh, no, it's too much money, like it's your pocket change. Come on, man.
Johnny, now
I want the best for my club. I want Chelsea DNA to run through the backbone because we lack that in our team.
Yeah,
we need that in our team.
I know. You want to miss the amount.
Go on, Jem.
No, I just don't know whether Declan Rice is the answer, Johnny. I'm going to be honest with you.
All right, so French player unproven is.
If you look at his statistics this season, a lot of what we talk about as of him being very good at, which is picking the ball up, driving forward, and kicking out them passes, them balls that we want. A lot of the stats actually are against it. I mean, he does it once or twice in the game, and we think it's the answer. This is what we need. But if you look at the stats, he's actually got worse stats than Jorginho when it comes to passing.
That makes no sense because
also, as I said, go and ask West Ham fans, and they'll say Souček's been better this season. So he's not even been the best midfielder in their team.
I don't care what you've got to say to me. Yeah? My argument is he's got blue veins in him.
The reason Declan Rice is valued at 90 million.
Johnny, can I speak? Yeah. All right.
The reason Declan Rice is valued at 90 million is because he's West Ham's best player.
And he's English.
That's why he's valued at that much. Doesn't mean, like Johnny's right, it doesn't mean we're going to pay 90 million. It's just that they value him at that because, let's be serious, he is their best player. It's like any team that has the one or two best players in their team, they always value him a lot higher and try and get more for him. It's
take Rice out of that side. They're not even going to be where they are now.
In terms of value for money,
70 million for him. Would you pay 70 million for him? Not
I wouldn't pay 70 million for Declan Rice. I think
maximum 50.
Is,
maximum 50.
40.
Agreed.
The reason Declan Rice is so much it is British tax. It literally is. It's because he's English. He's not. Exactly. If he wasn't English, you'd probably get him for about 45 mil. I reckon.
Exactly.
Yes, Jem, mate, can I add on something to that? You have to consider also, if we want to buy him back, right? We let him go. We let him go from our academy to West Ham, right? And the board will not want to. It's not publicly good to see, the board go back on this decision, right? After letting a hot prospect go and letting him go to West Ham and then having to stump up, let's say, I don't know, 50 mil. That's not ideal in the board's eyes, right? And board politics plays a big part in the running of our club too. So you have to take into that aspect into account too.
Last season, Rice probably was valued less and the board still never went for him. So imagine this summer, 90 million.
In terms of value for money,
real quick.
In terms of value for money.
You want to see what Monster did to me? You want to see what Monster did to me?
Oh, no, let's see. What is that?
What is that? Is that a man dancing with
He said, I heard this is you.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, thank God it's only the upper half. Thank God.
but Tchouameni.
Oh yeah, big up was anyway.
Tchouameni is a better player than Rice in terms of value for money.
Yes, but you know what the other thing today is?
Forget price tag, and look at the player.
Johnny, we can't forget price tag, though.
You can't forget price.
Signings.
Do you think the club has like unlimited amount of budget?
Let's forget about price tag.
Money doesn't grow on trees.
If he wants to spend 500 million, he can. I'm not saying he will. There's no limit.
Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't spend 500 mil year after year after year.
I'm giving it as an example. If he wants to spend that, he can.
It's not realistic. It's not
All
realistic.
right? I'm not saying he will, but if he wants to spend 200 million this year, he can. He can spend 200 million without any financial fair play and keep all the players if he wants. That's the way.
Listen, guys, did you not listen to Fabrizio? Or he said that Chelsea are only looking to add 2 or 3 players maximum, and we're probably going to spend less than what we did last summer. So if we're spending 100 million on one player, then it doesn't make sense.
No, we'll go for a marquee, mate. We'll go for a marquee signing, right? A striker, right? Obviously, Kane, Haaland.
No. He said the two targets for us is a striker and a centre back. and that's
Yep.
that's the
That
two
was
things he
one
said.
I can guarantee if we win Champions League, we won't get Haaland for
There
sure.
ain't no centre
No
back.
way.
So who's a marquee centre back? Marquinhos.
Varane.
He ain't
Marquinhos.
PSG
Varane.
are still their best players.
Varane.
That's
Max-
why I'm saying to you. That's why I'm saying to you with Rice, you can mould him into a centre back player as well as a
Yeah, and
midfielder.
Shemini could play him as a 6, as a double 6. He could play him as 8, and he could play him as a 10.
It's what I call risk signings,
And
guys.
it's 34 million
We're talking
euros,
about
bro.
players that we don't
Either
know
way,
are going to come
either
in
way, you say
and
Rice
take
a risk. Well,
off
Schumann,
anyway.
he's a
They're all
higher
risks.
risk.
They're all
He's
risks.
not proven in
You're
the
going to spend
Premiership.
that kind of money.
He's not proven in
How
the
is he a high
Premiership.
risk? How's he a
Of course
high
he's
risk
high
if he's
risk,
34
you
million?
idiot. What are you
If he's
talking about?
34
No, but
million
34
euros.
million is not a high risk.
No, it
34
ain't.
million. We paid
It's a lot
35
cheaper.
million on Drinkwater, bruv. Look where that took us.
Premier
You
League.
think they're happy
It's-
to
I'd love
have
to get
players
Rice
on
for
wages that
34
are
mil,
just
but it
wasted?
won't happen.
Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, yeah?
goes against your own
Schumann,
point.
yeah? Schumann, listen, I'll tell you why it's a risk, because if you go and buy Schumann and he doesn't work, you're back to where we are this season. You got the same thing next season, this season. You do. If he doesn't work and he takes half a season to adapt, then you're in the same position. Whereas with Declan Rice, you know he's just going to slot
Rice
in.
will.
Hang on.
You lot are so against Rice. It's crazy, man. You tell me what backbone we got in our side right now. Tell me the backbone. Go through the team. Go through. No, Jeff, go on. Go through the team and tell me the backbone.
Our whole defense.
One step. I'll start and finish. Thank you.
Yes.
Fuck that.
Our defense is the
Wait.
backbone.
I just want to ask another question to the guys, right? What would we rather, Verratti or Rice?
Verratti.
Yeah, but forget
Verratti any day of the week. Verratti any day of the week.
They're two different players.
be
in my
mad.
eyes. Again, it's a silly conversation.
I mean,
The
Verratti
issue-
plays
the
sometimes
issue we
can-
got, right, is I think what we need to do, if we're not going to sign, because I always think with us, right, it's like we need to look for the biggest name player who's the best in that position and get him. Now that's not always going to happen because you've got tons of European clubs that are maybe needing the same thing. So what then you need to do, because unfortunately in this day and age, the football that we're actually watching, the level of the players from each position is not that high. The standard's not that high. You can pick 1 or 2 or 3 great players, but there ain't any young Thiago Silvas out there. There ain't any young John Terrys out there. So what I'd rather us do is use our scouting team to go and find someone that can be that new player, rather than just keep wasting
Like Leicester.
90 millions on Declan Rice's and
Exactly.
100 millions on this player.
Yeah.
When we don't, for what?
It's the underrated players, the low key players that.
Look at Leicester's model, bro. Look at Leicester's model, fam. They bought Sumari and that, man.
Even not Leicester's. Look at City's model, where they go and sign
Exactly.
players where
City
they
are
know they're
fine.
going to suit the system.
And
If
every-
not,
every-
they sign players that Pep can mould. You either
City
sign
have
players
just
to
signed
the system or
4
players
18-year-olds
you
from
can
Brazil, I swear.
Yeah, you see, like the
mould.
first year was good players. They just like they.
Rice
sort of
is
integrated into the
overpriced, man.
system,
End of,
and
man.
the second season they
Why
thrived.
do we always have to go for the big name? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Exactly,
the one
man.
that's going to solve our
Let Man
issues.
United get Rice. Let Man United get Rice, man.
Job,
I don't care. Could care less.
Yeah, just play
Look at
CNC,
Højbjerg. Højbjerg wasn't like a big signing for Tottenham, and he's done pretty well
And
this
he was
season.
having a good season till
Yeah.
about halfway through.
Yeah, he's been a solid season so far for him.
And the thing
Even
is,
Gerrard-
someone pointed out, Rice has not played in a possession style system. He plays in a counter-attacking
Yeah,
system.
it's different
majority of
football.
the
He
time.
plays Brexit ball.
Exactly.
The players
He
that
hasn't
become
played in a
legends at our
system.
football club, the ones that we know are our legends, they didn't come with a big name to Chelsea. They were players that built
You lot got such
Chelsea. Were
disrespect.
given
You know
the
what makes no
players,
sense
man.
to me? We keep more possession than West Ham, but yet Jorginho statistically has more interceptions, tackles, and that. That makes no sense to me.
So also the misnomer is that Tchouaméni would come in and start automatically. So he's going to displace Conte.
No.
Jorginho, and
No, I think Tuchel will ease him
If
in.
we change the system, if we change
Tuchel
the
will-
system, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it depends on if we change the system or not.
Tuchel,
I think he'll
both
be
is,
brought
yeah.
in gradually.
Yeah. Tuchel will ease him in. Yeah. Tuchel will ease him in. I think that's what's going to happen. But for Declan Rice talk, bro, it's all baseless, man. Matt Lowe said as well, man. I don't believe in Matt Lowe. You know what I'm saying? Interest this, interest that, bro. I don't believe in, man.
That's why I don't follow him anymore.
At the end of the day,
It's a
if we end
Rudiger
up
thing.
buying Declan Rice, we've got to back it. We've got to back the club.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean?
I'll back the club, but-
always. You know what I mean?
That
But at
was
the
a
end
bad
of the day, is he the answer to our problems in midfield? I don't
Yeah,
know.
he is. Yeah, he is.
I don't
Yeah, he
know.
is.
How?
I don't know, Johnny.
No,
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know,
not saying he is.
He
or
can
ain't.
play
I'm
out the
just saying I
back. He
don't
can
know.
drive forward. He's defensively sound. He knows the club. He can settle in. There's no.
Is he
adaptation.
creative enough? Is he creative enough?
Bro, he's
We've
not
got
creative
say
enough.
we
Bridge, we got Mount, we got players around, we got Georgina and Gilmore.
But
who can
everyone
lead
cries
the
about
Tchouaméni
us
can play
needing
in
a
four
deep line
positions.
creative player.
Tchouaméni can play
That's
four
not Rice.
Did you see Fabregas talk about Tchouaméni?
What's Tchouaméni got? Was Tchouaméni got a Fabregas ball? Has he?
I don't know who this guy is.
Fabregas said
You lot have watched him for the whole season. Tell me about him. Tell me about him. What's so good about him? Go on.
I can tell you that Fabregas rates him.
Exactly.
Yeah, but has he got that ball? Has he got that Fabregas ball? I'm asking you. Has he?
What about
That's what we need. We need someone that can do
It can be developed like Rice. It can be developed like Rice.
If this player has it, has he got a ball? Has he got a ball like Rice has got a ball?
Rice,
is he better than Rice at playing the ball out?
Yeah, but Rice isn't a player.
Rice not that good.
Johnny.
Rice isn't that good.
Rice has got a Rolls Royce pass on him.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Shut up, man.
Shut
He does, bro. He does.
Bro, he doesn't, man. He doesn't. He doesn't, man. He doesn't talk like that.
West Ham, they wouldn't be where they are.
No, I agree.
No, if you take Suchek at West Ham, yeah. If you take Suchek, not Rice, bro. If you take Suchek at West Ham, it's a different team.
Listen, you're talking nonsense. You know why I know you're talking nonsense, right? Suchek is a good player. He's a good player, but when Rice was injured and out of that side, they dropped points.
Yeah, they did. Because he's their best player.
Rice is their best player. So
yeah, but West Ham fans say different though.
Listen, Suchek is complimenting Rice. Yeah, Rice. Rice makes this guy look better than what he actually is. All right, but they
no, I don't believe that now, bro. I don't believe that.
Is he walking into this team though? That's my question. Bro, is he walking into this team?
Who does he replace? This is what I'm thinking. Who does he replace?
Who's he benching?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's he benching if he comes in? You're going to spend 90 million on a player that should start from 90 million.
Exactly.
He ain't benching
players.
He ain't benching Kovacic and Jorginho and Kante.
One of them's going to go.
But who then?
Who?
One of them will go.
What do you mean by go? Go as in sell or go and get benched?
I would probably sell
because
one of them.
Fabrizio said no big player is leaving the club this season.
Well, there you go. So what are we doing with a £90 million player that won't probably get in the team?
Leave him on the bench. With Mount that. Leave him on the bench.
They wouldn't give Kante and Jorginho new contracts if they're going to sell them.
Are you choosing Declan Rice over Kante? Is that what he's got to now? Are we
no, I'd have Kante with Rice, man. I'd have Kante.
Yeah, but that's too defensive. Then you're going to need.
Where's
someone
the
creativity?
Tchouaméni can play
Where's
in
our
both
creativity
positions.
now in the middle?
Tchouaméni can play in both positions. Tchouaméni can play as a six.
Jorginho has creativity.
As an eight.
What
He showed
creativity
against
has
West Ham.
Jorginho got?
He showed against West Ham.
Jorginho. Jorginho has been good under Tuchel. Jorginho has been good under Tuchel.
I'm not saying he hasn't been good, but he's not creative enough.
No,
he's done well.
He's not creative enough.
This is a moot point because we're not bringing Rice in.
We're talking to a brick wall, man. We're talking to a brick wall.
Jorginho is probably one of our most progressive players, if we're being honest.
No,
Kovacic is the most progressive player out of our side. He's the most talented and progressive player out of Kante and Jorginho. He's the one. I don't want to hear Jorginho's creative and
wait, who's creative?
No,
we've suffered these last 4 games because Kovacic hasn't played.
Jorginho progressed the
But you
ball
just said we're
by
not replace
forward
Kovacic
40
with Rice.
yards.
So
Kovacic drives it forward 40 yards.
Rice can play with Kovacic. He can play with Kante. So I'll probably get rid of Jorginho personally.
Bro, forget about Rice now, man. It's like talking to a brick wall, bro. It doesn't listen.
I think if I had to pick one, I'd pick that reluctantly, but that's who I'd pick. I'd pick him.
What about Billy Gilmore? What are we going to do with him?
Billy Gilmore, he will more than likely go on loan then, if that's the case.
Loan him out Frank Lampard at Crystal Palace, and I'd like to see him develop, yeah?
Frank's not going to Crystal
there,
Palace.
yeah, I'm down
Frank's
for
not
that.
going to Crystal Palace.
But, okay, answer the question then. What does Rice have that Tchouaméni doesn't, man? Other than experience, Premier League.
I know Rice because I've watched Rice. I haven't watched enough Tchouaméni, so I'm asking you guys who are professionals on this guy, what's so good about him?
He has a range of passes. He can break up play.
And don't forget, before you say don't forget what league he's playing in.
Rice is not an upgrade on Jorginho.
Same league Hazard came
It's not an upgrade.
Yeah, same league Hazard came from. Same league Henry came from.
Hazard is
Same
a
league Drogba came from.
generational talent, bro. What are you doing
Madison
at Hazard?
wouldn't say Jorginho is one of the best at breaking the lines for no reason.
Drogba, Hazard.
You really do, mate.
I think Declan Rice is a better ball retainer than Jorginho, so in that sense, he'll win the ball back once it's lost easier. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you get
That's not a problem. These guys keep saying our problem's creativity and deep line creativity.
Well,
I'm waiting to hear everything about this kid.
I don't know this too many, guy.
But watch him.
Neither do I, so I'm asking all the people that seem to know.
Watch him.
Yeah, this one makes no sense to me. We keep the ball more than West Ham do against oppositions. And
I want to know what this guy's good at. Tell me, guys.
Bro,
Tell me.
he can break up play. He has an eye for a pass.
Scott,
he's more versatile.
Tell me.
Wait, you keep saying it to me, but you keep ignoring him.
No, tell me. I want to hear.
He's more versatile. He can break up plays.
And you don't want to listen.
There's no point. There's no point. Chouameni didn't come up in it. Chouameni doesn't know the club. There's no point.
Chouameni doesn't do the knee sliding hard yard passion merchant thing, so we ain't
Unfortunately, unfortunately for you, Mason Mount's our player of the year, and he gives us that. So let's have it right, yeah. Show a bit of respect. Now tell me why this French guy's so good. Tell me, Scott. Come on.
He doesn't have the English accent.
He's not good.
Hey, one at a time, so we can actually hear.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll speak first. First of all,
can we just move on? Honestly, like,
okay, no. You guys saying Rice is a good player.
I'm asking, and no one's telling me.
You know what? I'm actually gonna let this cook go for it.
Yeah, go on. Tell
First
me.
First of all, Chouameni can break up play. He has an eye for a pass.
So can Rice. Yeah, go on.
Johnny, just let him finish.
Is he versatile? Okay, versatile. Is he versatile like Rice?
So is Rice, yeah.
Rice now diverse. Can Rice play
centre back
different positions?
where he plays. Yeah, go on.
Okay, can Rice play as 6 and 8, a double 6 and a 10? Can he play as that?
Probably can, yeah.
No, he can't. Shut up, man. He can't, bro.
He doesn't play at the 10, bro.
Apparently, versatility is a disadvantage because Mount's very versatile. So when I hear from you, like that Mount's too versatile,
now
it's a positive to your argument, yeah?
Why are we talking about Mason Mount, man?
Keep it on the DMs. Don't move to Mount.
And if you don't believe me, Fabregas himself said he can play as 4 different positions, bro.
All right,
so
you name me 6 positions, you said. Now you're saying 4 positions.
I said 4 positions.
Four positions, all right. Go on,
yeah, I said 4, man.
All right,
how old is this guy?
He's 20.
21.
So he's a baby.
21, bro.
So he's a baby, yeah.
He's another player that's really
another kid that you want to throw in. Yeah,
Rice is the same age now.
Yeah, Rice is proven, bro. He's proven in the Premiership.
No, he's not, bro. Just because England started
proven. He's not proven. What are you talking about?
He is.
I think
he's proven.
So here's.
If I'm going to debate with you, talk.
Okay, let him speak, man. Let him speak. Okay.
Yeah, let him speak. Keep interrupting.
Let him speak, man. Let him speak now.
Fucking not proven.
Go speak.
What an idiot.
Okay, Johnny. Here's the best argument I can give you. We're signing.
I'm still waiting for your answer, bro.
Hey,
I can't be bothered.
Johnny.
Well, no, you should be bothered.
You keep interrupting.
If you got something to spit it out.
I can't be fucking bothered. I'll be real.
No, be bothered, man. Say it. Say it.
Why?
Tell me how good Chouameni is compared to Rice. Tell me, bruv. You watch him every week. Tell me.
Look at his progressive passes.
He never said that.
Never once said that.
Progressive passes.
You seem to know a lot about Chouameni, bruv. So tell me about
that.
Look at his progressive passes.
Oh, right. So why are you saying better than Rice?
Hang on. Shut your mouth a second. No answer, yeah?
What? Go on.
No answer. What I'll do is I'll listen to people who know more about it than me. So I'll look at what Euro expert says. I'll look at what says Fabregas, who plays with him every fucking week, you clown, says about him.
Wait, Johnny, look at those stats. Look at the progressive passes.
We want to of Jorginho, though. Look, that is poor.
Big up Stephanie for the stats as well.
Hang on, you're quick to dismiss a co-sign from Cesc Fabregas, but want to bring about the fact that Alex Ferguson co-signed Billy Gilmore, despite the fact he also co-signed Scott McTominay, who's fucking shit.
Yeah, so you listen to Fabregas and you won't listen to Roy Keane when he says Mount's like Scholes, yeah? So now it suits your argument, does it?
Don't switch it up.
Does it? Well, no, I'm using the argument to his argument. If that's the case, then we're going to listen to players and pundits, yeah? We're going to listen to ex-players and pundits about players.
Look at the stats on the screen. Can you see the stats?
Yeah, what about them?
Look at the progressive passes.
Who's Jorginho playing and look who's Rice playing for, firstly.
Why does that matter?
Well, both are fighting because Rice is playing for an average team, bro. Who shouldn't even be in Europa League.
West Ham this season have been levels. I can't even lie to you.
There's no respect, man. You're quick to disrespect your English players. You're very quick to dismiss them. Even for Mount, your own player, who you said you don't even rate, is a disgrace.
No, I've can't take that away from that.
I've got it clipped, bruv. Clearly, go and listen to my tweet and listen to yourself say it. You said it. You don't rate Mount. You said it.
I think everyone rates him. It's just that you got overrated him.
Listen, I've heard it, man. I've got it clipped, man.
You can clip all you like, bro. I could care less.
You are trying to fucking
I've got it clipped, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
whatever
hey, Johnny.
You said it.
Johnny.
You said it. You said it.
What?
Johnny,
I didn't
what's
say
so
it, bro.
great about
Okay,
English
one at a time,
players?
bro. One at a time, man. Chill. One at a time here.
You said it
Whatever.
to Daniel, my guy Daniel. You said it. You don't rate him. I remember.
I
Hey,
never said that.
hey,
I've
You
never-
did. I've got it. I've got it
Cool.
clipped.
Johnny.
Cool.
So,
Johnny,
so when
what's
I,
so
when I
great
listen
about
to you,
English
I'm
players?
struggling
Cool.
to understand your logic, bro. I really
Johnny, what do you
am.
love
What's so
about?
great about
on
English
this
players,
one.
Johnny?
What do you love about English players, man?
Yeah,
It's
what's
all
so great
these
about him?
English players, Rice, Danny Ings.
He likes Eric Dyer as
I
well.
want Johnny to answer
Right.
what
What?
Danny,
Answer
answer.
what?
great
What? Because
about
I've got the whole
English
panel
players.
coming at me. Come on, let's have it. Come on. What do you want
I
to
got
ask?
one. I'm just asking you one question.
Johnny,
What is
man,
so
chill.
great about English
Chill.
players?
What's so great about English players? Have you seen England's team this year or last
When
year?
was the
Yeah.
last time they won a
Have you
World
seen
Cup?
the quality in our side? Have you seen
Have
an
you
England
seen
team with this
France's
quality?
team too?
I've seen France's team, bro. France have a.
Guys, this is where you flip flop and you jump like grasshoppers. We're talking about English players, yeah? We're talking about English players. We're not talking about European sides, right? We're not talking about France, England's team. We're talking about England right now,
Johnny,
yeah?
mate,
Let's talk about England.
Johnny, mate, you said look at the
I just want to
talent in
know what's so
England.
great about
Well,
them
if you let me
because
fucking answer, I'll answer
okay,
you.
please,
Yeah,
please,
well,
please,
well, let me answer then. All right?
please.
If you
please.
look at our squad right now, the England squad is got an array of talent right now. An array of
Okay.
talent. And I can list them all out if you want.
No,
I'll
no,
list
no.
them all out.
We don't need.
So
I
when
don't
I
want you to.
look
We
at
know.
hold on, when
Go.
I look at Declan Rice and I look at Mount and I look at Foden and I look at all the Sanchos and all these players, they all play for England. Do they not? They
You're
all
correct.
play and they all start for England, these players. Why
Right.
the
Okay,
hell would I not
give me a
want them
reason
to
why.
play for Chelsea?
Okay, give me a reason why you don't want
Why,
too many.
why
Hold on,
would I
listen,
not
wait,
want
wait.
them to play for Chelsea? Why?
Is
Why
this,
not?
is this
Stop,
the
this is
same?
between
Is
me
this
and
the same
Johnny.
great England side? Sorry to interrupt, Jess. Is this the same great
Stop.
England side that fell to beat a Lewandowski less Poland? Yeah.
That's
Or
down
just
to
about,
management.
just
That's
about
down
beat,
to
just
management.
about
All
Stop.
this is management. All this is
Stop.
management now.
That's down to management. That's not
All
down
this
to
is
the
management. I
players,
thought this is a
bruv.
great
Yeah?
quality. I thought it was a quality England team.
If you want to disregard your England team and say it hasn't got talent, then that's you.
Cool.
That ain't
Nah,
me. I ain't saying
they're
that.
letdowns, Johnny. Let's be serious. England's
But
squad
you-
is
Listen,
always
you
been
flip
the
flopping as well.
manager
You're
is not.
grasshoppers.
Southgate is not a quality manager. All right, that's all. I
Yeah,
admit
no, I
that.
get that. I get that.
That's
but the
not my
quality-
debate
the
here. My
players that are
debate
in-
is
within that
the
England
talent we
squad
got is wonderful talent. We got
Okay,
exceptional
I
talent.
forget about
Yeah,
England.
but-
Let's talk about Rice. Just Rice. Forget about England, man. Let's talk about Rice.
No, I was
trying to
asked a question, bruv, about English
Yeah,
players.
I was just making the point that if the talent within the English team is so great and we need to sign as many as possible, are they tipped to win the Euros? Are they tipped to win the World Cup?
They've
Because
got the
what
potential
you're-
to. They've got the potential to.
How many English
they're not
players have we got that are
favourites.
world class? Can
That are
anyone
not
answer
favorites,
question?
though, right?
Like four,
Johnny, they're not
Favourites,
favorites.
Probably like three. Foden,
3 or 4.
Foden.
Four,
who
yeah,
else?
four.
Go on. Foden,
Foden, Sancho,
Sancho.
Grealish, and Kane.
Kane.
I don't think
Kane
Grealish
Kane,
is world
Foden,
class.
Grealish, Sancho. That's it.
I think
Kane's
Grealish
world
is
class.
player. I don't think he's
Man's not
world
world
class.
class.
Who?
Man's
I'm
not world
talking
class.
about world class.
Who's you
Kane,
saying?
How many
Kane,
players have we got that are world
Kane,
class?
Foden, Sancho, Grealish.
You're
Overused.
calling
Yeah.
Foden world class already, and you're not calling
No,
him world
he's
class.
not.
He is.
Not
He
world
proved against
class.
PSG. He proved against PSG, man. I don't know what you're on about, bro.
He's not
What?
world
Who did you say
class.
wasn't world
Who's at
class?
PSG?
He is
What are you
world
talking
class,
about?
bro. Foden is world class. What are you on about? What are you
So you're
talking?
calling?
No,
I don't
wait,
think he's
Johnny,
world class.
world
Johnny,
class
Johnny.
and
So
Mount
who's
not?
world class in our team? So who's world class in English team? Go on, say.
Kane is world class. Kane is
Okay.
absolute world class.
And that's it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's
Who else?
the only
Eric
world
Dyer.
class player.
I think Foden as well, bro. I think Foden.
Dyer. I got a Dyer shout out here. That's
Dyer.
Dyer,
Who said
man.
Dyer?
Dele Alli's world class.
Jordan
Making
Pickford.
them shit so
No,
bad.
you're throwing the word world
Declan
class
Rice.
around too freely, man.
Yeah,
Okay, is Mason Mount world class? Is Mason Mount world class?
He's not world class yet. No, he's not.
Sancho
So you
world
saying
class.
Foden's world class?
Sancho.
I think Foden's world class. Why
He's
is not
world
Foden?
class, bro.
Okay,
He's
give me
not
one reason
world
why then.
class. He's
Give me one
hardly
reason why.
played any fucking world international games, man. What are you talking about, world class?
He's not world class.
What?
I don't think Foden's
How's he
world class.
world class? How is
I don't-
Foden
He's
world
world
class?
class.
Scott,
He's world
what
class,
the
man.
fuck, bruv? Why are you going like that? Why are you saying that for? He's not world class. What are you trying to argue?
He is.
No, I'm trying to work out what your point is. He's not played a lot of international football. He's fucking
Exactly.
20.
What the hell?
Yeah, so how can
I
you call him
think
world
that's
class
class,
then,
though.
you knob? How
In
can you
terms of
call him
club,
world class?
no, forget about international. In terms of
If
club,
that's your marker, I don't think
Oh, my
Haaland played a lot of
earballs
international football.
How can you call Foden world class if he hasn't even played in?
What does international caps have to do with
That's the wrong
ability?
word to use for him.
How
That's
does
the wrong word to use
international
for him.
caps relate to ability?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, so the world class players haven't played on the international stage, have they? No.
Okay, but that logic, yeah, then.
No, I thought not. Yeah.
What? It depends what you define world class as in terms of what it means to you. What
He's
is
good
world
for
class? What
years.
does world class mean to you? Is
Well,
it
clearly
a player
Foden's
that's one
world
thing,
class.
done
He's
it,
played for
played at the highest
an
level,
amazing Manchester City
done it
team
for a
that's a
long
bit part
Bro,
player
time.
he is
this
world
season.
class, man.
He's
He
world
proved
class.
it in the Champions
Yeah, of
League.
course.
Because if you're
Oh,
talking about trophies,
I
Harry
can't
Kane's
talk
not
to
won
people
fuck
like
all.
this, man.
So is he not world class?
Exactly. But again, Jim, it goes back to the thing I had earlier, where it's like trophies don't always mean world class, because like loads of players and managers have won that aren't world class.
Yeah. So
it's
what
like
defines it?
it's
Scott, that's what
both
I'm
of
saying.
like it's a bit of both, really. Like it's the eye test in terms of how they play, how you look and see
Exactly, man.
the way they play.
That's
But
what I
also
think.
it's then as well a little bit of it is a bit of what they've won. It's like
Okay.
We
a
got
bit
Dave Reddy saying England don't have the minerals. We'll have
They
to wait
don't-
and
they
see
don't
in
have
the
no
Euros.
minerals. That's true. I agree with
World
that.
class is
Don't worry,
defined.
Tammy Abraham's taking us to the Euros. Let's fucking have it.
Okay,
No,
world class is defined as a person, thing, or activity of or among the best in the world. There is not but one person on the England team you could say at this point
I think
is
world class is
He
like.
didn't need to
you
go
can-
Google.
I think you
He
say world
didn't need
class
to
is
go
when
on
they
Google for
walk
the
into any
definition of
team.
world class, and we have it
Bro,
right
World
here,
class,
man.
the word
Come
world
on.
class is ambiguous, bro. It means different things.
Even
to different
Poland,
countries.
Poland have got one world class
based
player.
on that definition.
Lewandowski.
I'd say based on that definition, though, I'd say there's two with the potential of three. Harry Kane definitely is, because I think he's the second best striker in the world right
Sancho.
now.
Right.
Sancho as well.
Okay.
Those two
Laporte
are-
hasn't played for France. He's
Foden's
world
a
class as
maybe.
Casper.
Foden amount of maybe.
What about
but,
Sterling?
Like, no.
No way, bro. He's not world class. He had a poor season.
Sterling's a world class fluffer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But he's no way world class, bro. Even Marcus Rashford, he's not world class yet.
No.
We haven't got any world
Marcus
class
Rashford's a very good
midfielders.
player, but not world class.
None.
No.
I think Marcus Rashford can be world class, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's got potential. He's a very good player, but
The only world class player on Chelsea is N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, I
Yep.
agree with that.
Any debate there?
Thiago Silva's up
And
there.
Thiago Silva. And Thiago
And
Silva.
Thiago Silva. Yeah. No, Lewis, stop it, please. Get this done.
I didn't even say anything, man. I've just been letting you all
Okay,
go.
let's go back to the rice debate now. Give me
No,
three
let's
reasons
not.
why you don't want Shumeni.
Give
me three reasons, Johnny.
At this point.
As long as he stays in,
You can't
we're
even
gonna
eat
win
the
the
rice at
Champions
this
League.
point. It's so overcooked.
Johnny, give me three reasons why you don't want Shumeni.
I never said I don't
He's
want
not
it.
English.
I went to surf. I will put you
Okay,
in
then stop
time
debating
out.
about rice then. Don't say
I
rice.
never said once.
Prison
I didn't
guard.
want
He's not
Shumeni.
English, that's why, lads. That's why.
Yeah, I'll
Prison
lock
guard.
you up as well. You can go in the penitentiary too.
If
Hey, don't assign motives
him,
to
then
people.
I'm down for it. But I'm just saying to you, I like Rice. I think Rice would be a great signing for
I like
us.
Rice as well.
I
but
like Rice
it
too.
But you lot
We-
don't
we-
want
we-
it.
Asian,
So
so very good with Asian.
I don't want him because of the value for the money.
Yeah,
For the value of his money. That's why I don't want him.
Listen, I keep
Only for the
saying
money,
to
and
debate, yeah,
we have better
take away the
players.
money,
Exactly.
take away the
Jorginho's
money
clear, bro.
and debate it.
Jorginho's clear.
Declan Rice will be the
Respect
same
on
crap that
Coutinho.
we had when we signed Ross Barkley. He will come
Exactly,
and then
man.
he will flop, and then we'll send him off
Oh,
again
no,
on a loan
no.
deal. And then
Barkley comparisons. Oh, Jim throwing bombs now.
Nah, he's not like Barkley, man. Not like Barkley.
I just winding Johnny up. That's what I'm doing.
Come on.
Bro, if
man.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek fit, bro, we wouldn't have been in this competition, bro.
Me.
We
That
should
was
never
this
have bought
one, lad.
Barkley ever. Don't know why we bought the bloody Barkley.
Well,
Man.
but,
It was
but
rubbish.
we bought him for 15 million. We're
It's
going to
England-
sell him
it's
for
England
like
player,
30, so we're making 100% on him.
Yeah, but he
Good
took the
business.
number 8 shirt. Disgrace. Sorry.
I'm just going to take Thomas Partey off Arsenal. That'd be alright.
What about Kessie from Milan? He's a decent player.
He's
I
not.
like
big.
Jesse a lot.
He's
I
more
like
of a box to box. He's not like in the Inter Milan system. He's not the sitter.
What about the guy from Borussia Mönchengladbach, the Swiss guy?
Hoffman.
No.
Oh,
Zakaria.
Zakaria.
No, Neuhaus.
Zachary, what they're talking about.
Oh, Zakaria.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
Zakaria.
Zakaria.
Wait,
Zakaria.
do you guys really
Well-
think we need a CDM sitter there? Because I don't think
Yeah,
but
we
the
do.
defense
Yeah,
is
we
our
do.
problem, though.
No, but my issue with the defence,
we-
right?
No, it's
we
the
need-
midfield and
We need a creative midfielder attacking
And
creative
This is
midfielder.
what we've been discussing since yesterday.
From Bayern Munich.
Yep.
I don't want him. Why do I want an injury-prone, slow German defender? Do you know what I mean? Like, why would we
was that?
spend?
What,
30
Sula?
Sula, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't want him.
I don't want him.
No way we're going to get Sula, Jam. No
that
way.
makes no sense. Why would we spend that money on a player that can't even get in the Bayern Munich team? Makes no sense.
Jam.
Nicolas Sula.
Marquinhos, Jam.
You talking
Yeah.
about Nicolas Sula? Nah, he's
Yeah.
had way
Yeah.
too many injuries for me. Nah, I'm
Let's
good.
not-
Yeah,
We have a German
no,
man.
we don't want him.
Because he was better than him. Because he was better
Why
than him,
are
bro.
they trying to sign him?
No debate.
Bro, he's a German Harry Maguire.
That's a good one. They're saying that
But not the 8 million. Not the English tax though. Without the English tax. Maguire without the English tax.
I do think we need a Marquinhos type of player. We do need
But will
Marquinhos.
Marquinhos be
Easier said than done, man.
It's gonna be expensive though, Marquinhos.
What, you reckon we don't get him, Lewis?
Nah, man.
It's
I
gonna be
don't
expensive.
think we can get him. I want to
because
get
we need to get a striker, man.
Marquinhos, but we ain't gonna get
Do we
him.
want a defender though? Initially, do we want a defender?
Nah, I think defender should not be a
Depends
priority.
on the defender. Like, I
We got
don't want
Christensen.
another potential merchant. I don't want someone who's going to compete. If we're getting a centre back, it's someone who walks into
Guys,
the team.
we
Yeah,
if
no, exactly.
we don't get
Exactly.
top four,
There's
then
not
we'll
many
probably take
people out
Tomori
there
as
that
well.
can do that.
And I think if Tomori
talking
comes
about
up, you
top
don't
of
need
the
a
top.
defender.
No,
I think
I
Tomori's
sell
ship
Tomori.
has sailed. The
Yeah,
Tomori ship has sailed.
Wait. Somebody said Varane, but apparently one of the
Apparently,
panels
Varane is coming.
but one of the panels he said like he's a pace merchant. Jam.
So I got a question for
Money
everybody.
on Varane for, man.
I will be real. To be fair, this season
You
he's
did call Varane. He's a pace merchant. Come on, man.
He is a
Couple
pace
of
man. I don't. He's not a leader, is he? What do you want?
I was gonna
You've got
say, to be fair,
Christensen that
this
runs
year-
around like a doolady. You got Rudiger that's got pace. Why do you want another?
Joe, I'll
He's
tie
just an
you out
upgrade
as
to
well, you
Christensen,
lad.
so he'll just replace
gonna
Christensen.
say-
He doesn't solve our leadership issue, does he? There
The
you
thing
go.
with Varane is
So-
Look at you with your pooey agendas.
Oh,
back
wait,
again.
Scott's
I
trying
can't
to say
be
something.
arsed, bro.
I was gonna say, if we look at this season, Militao has been better than him.
Yeah. Just the
Why
one
not just get Billit from Juventus?
Here's the
What's wrong
question
with
for
him?
everybody to answer. If we
Billit?
bring in Lukaku, Varane, and Chouamini, is that a successful summer transfer window?
Yes.
that's
100% is a
It's not as good as
success.
last summer.
100%.
I can guarantee
All three of those.
if you
All
ask
three of
that
those.
question, Jester, Johnny will still want Declan Rice for sure.
All three of those
Guaranteed.
will be within our budget as well. 100%.
Johnny will want Declan Rice in goal soon, anyway. As long as he's in the team.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I said, listen, if Tuchel said he wants either Rice or Tchouameni, if Tchouameni's the guy we're going to get, I'm cool with that. If Tuchel wants him, I'm good with that.
More
But
tastier, Johnny.
I don't want to hear
I'll
people
do that.
talking about him like they
Many.
know everything about him when they don't. Do you know what I mean?
Johnny, let's get Danny Welbeck.
Secondly,
let's get Danny Welbeck for 80 million, man.
Those three signings you mentioned are not nowhere near the transfer window we had last year with Havertz, Werner, Silva.
That's not
and
going to
all that.
happen again.
But there's
Johnny,
no
for a long
for us
time.
to have a window like that. What's the point?
I'm just
Well,
asking
most
if
of the
it's
signings,
successful. I haven't
most of
heard
the
an
signings
answer
were
to that
Lampard's.
yet.
Most of the
It
signings
is.
were Lampard's.
I think it also depends on who we sell because we need to. So if we end up selling like 2 or 3 or 4 of the actual dead wood, then yeah, it's a very
What
successful
about
window.
the lads from
Okay.
Brighton?
Well, Bakayoko
Everyone
and
goes on
Emerson
about
are gone.
Zuma.
Yeah,
Zuma, I think we should sell Zuma as well.
Zuma. Is he not good enough?
Ross
But we need
Barkley.
to bring in a centre back if we sell Zuma.
Nah, we don't.
Varane.
No, I reckon we do. Why?
I don't think we do. Because we
So
have
who are
4
centre-back
defenders.
options then?
No, it's because if we buy a holding midfielder, Tuchel can change the system. Play back 4. So we can play Tchouameni
Four center
as
backs.
the DM.
Yeah, but
We
we'll
still
only
need
have.
four center backs.
Hang on.
Yeah, we do
Because
have 4
one of
center
them
backs.
is 37.
Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Christensen, and Aspi
Oh, he's
in
dead.
terms of the system.
Ashby can't play in a back four.
Yeah, but he can
Yeah,
play in
I've
the
got
back
to
3.
go, bro.
Too old.
I'll talk to you all later on. Take care of yourselves.
Yeah,
boys.
Left.
All right, take it easy, Jim.
Depending on how much he is, the guy that I keep seeing mentioned that Lacroix.
Money.
Maxence Leclerc.
Money!
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Maxence Leclerc.
Is that the guy at Lyon?
Wolfsburg.
Yeah,
I don't know much about him, but he seems to have been very good. Yeah. If Zuma goes, he seems like a good replacement, like the ideal replacement.
yeah.
As like a as Lewis said, where it's like a squad player, or it's someone who's got potential, but is going to be the replacement for Zuma. So you just have Rudiger or Christensen and Silva, and then Lacroix can learn from him.
You know, if AC Milan don't get top 4, then they're probably not going to be able to afford Tomori as well.
No, I reckon they will. Tomori's
Yeah, I
only
reckon
20
they
years
will.
now.
Yes, but
Sounds
you
a bit like it.
It depends on them getting top 4. If they don't get top 4, then I
I
don't
think
they,
well, it depends. Who's their last game?
They play
Atalanta.
Atalanta.
Oh,
Atalanta.
okay, so it's going to be quite tough.
And they're playing away.
You never
So
know.
they're going to lose that game. But
Yeah.
I think Tomori is still going to be gone because
Yeah.
we're talking about going to a back 4. It's just, and Tomori wants to play. He wants to start. He's not going to start for Chelsea.
Or do you might think Ruben Loftus-Cheek will go? Do you might think Ruben Loftus-Cheek?
Yeah.
Chelsea?
Fabrizio
He's
said
gone too.
Loftus-Cheek and Barkley and Kepa, they're looking to find solutions for them.
Offload.
Yeah. If a lot of players are going to go out, Emerson is going to enter, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they said Emerson Alonso as well.
And Bakayoko has already. I think he's
We'll go
already.
to
They've already
France.
found somebody
They're
for
gonna
him.
go on. And don't forget, Tomori's already on a financial final deal of about 22 million euros.
28 euros.
28 million euro for a buyout.
Apparently, people say that we can't get Lukaku because Inter Milan found a new a loan company or something like that. They can borrow money.
Jam, can I ask you this? Yesterday we've been discussing this about Creator. What do we need? We need Creator or we need
we need a finisher.
Finisher all day.
No I think we need a finisher. Finisher any day.
Look, the thing is, Faster, mate, we've created good chances this year, right? But we have been wasteful.
What about Lukaku?
Right?
Is he Creator / finisher though?
Yeah, he can create.
Lukaku
can create.
Lukaku can create for himself.
Lukaku's been very underrated this year in Serie A.
Yeah.
Granted, he's not my number one option, right? If we can get Kane or Haaland, but that's going to be out of the reach. Lukaku is a perfectly serviceable option, and with the chances we give him, he will finish them, and those goals will make a significant difference in reducing the gap between us and City. And a man like him, we can only benefit, not lose from.
Exactly. I'd rather get Lukaku than suffer another year without a goal scorer.
Yeah, agreed.
Look, I think we have to get goal scorer first before anything else, man.
Exactly. And
first priority.
I think Lewis said it very clearly. He won Lukaku though, to be fair.
Hey, I've got another thing to add in there, right? Inter Milan have played two strikers up front, right? Martinez and Lukaku have developed a very good partnership this year. I could maybe see something like that with Werner, right? Learning off a bigger target man like Lukaku, making runs in behind.
Lautaro has more ability than Werner though, because Lautaro can dribble, he can pass the ball.
My worry is that Lukaku can be inconsistent at times. That's my worry. That's all.
Look, I think he's just proved that this year.
But he improved though.
Disrupted Serie A. Like, how many goals is he on? Hang on, give me a second.
23.
Well, show me the stats then. I think it's about.
And he plays with a second striker,
Lukaku, Lukaku in Serie A this year, 35 matches, 23 goals, right? That's pretty good.
And that's with him, a second striker.
And 11 assists. So that's basically a goal and then a goal involvement every game, basically, right?
Well, is Inter playing back 3 or back 4? The same like
Is Milan play back 3?
3-5-2, I think.
Yeah.
But Lukaku gives us positional flexibility because we can use different systems depending on the team we're playing. Like right now, we don't have someone who's got the physicality and the pace.
Lukaku so imagine as a 9 or a 2. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And right now, we don't have that profile. We do not have anyone in that profile.
What about Kai Havertz though?
Nah,
he's not that guy.
He's gonna develop though.
He's not as strong.
Bro, Kai Havertz won't bully defenders in the box. That's what we
Mate, we've been crying out loud. Kai Havertz could come good next season. Even Lewis and myself, like
but I'm saying he's not the type to bully defenders in the box, especially against low blocks.
Why you want to bully them?
He's more type to bring defenders out of the
He's very good at
That's what we
tackling
need in the box. We need someone to be a presence in the box. That's what we're missing.
We want to proper bully them, proper bastards like Diego Costa.
Yeah, literally, because the best
exactly. Why not? What's wrong with that?
Are animals. Costa, Drogba,
What's wrong with that?
History, right? Animals.
You want defenders to be scared of our strikers.
Morata animal.
Okay,
so
who said Morata's animal? No, it's Bambi. No, it's a Bambi.
Okay, if we go to a back 4 next year, let's say we go to a back 4, we bring Lukaku in. What's our starting attacking 4?
Mate, I'm not sure. Pulisic on the left. He has to be on the left.
Pulisic has to start.
Exactly.
Because a Cam is attacking.
I don't think he starts.
Position.
Who plays on the left?
Who's going to play on the left?
Werner.
Yeah,
Werner.
I'm not sure.
That, to be fair.
Second striker. We don't play wingers.
Werner, Havertz, and then what's the winger literally like?
What, the right winger?
Chilwell.
Or whatever.
Like,
This one saying we don't need a striker. We've got too many attackers.
4, is it like you mean like 4-2-3-1 or 4-2 something like?
4-3-3.
Well, I say a 4-2-1-3. So it's
if we play 4-3-3, Havertz won't fit a 4-3-3. He has to be a cam. He has to be
man's the box to box. Then
I reckon
it depends who we're playing.
Right, I'm saying we're going to have 4 attacking positions on the field.
So
what are those 4 attacking? What are those 4 attacking
wingers,
positions? Who starts on those 4 attacking positions?
I say striker and Pulisic, 100%.
Yeah.
Pulisic and a striker. That's 2 already.
No. We've brought in Lukaku, right? Is this right?
Brought in Lukaku.
We brought in Lukaku. Lukaku's up front. Pulisic on the left, right? Then I honestly think Ziyech on the right, Mount in the middle.
So Havertz and Werner do not.
Mount is box to box. You know that, right?
Okay, well then maybe you can put in
Werner,
Havertz in the middle, maybe Werner on the left.
I don't want to see Mount in the 10 position.
Werner, Lukaku.
We got Mo Welly saying if Kai and Timo hit the ground running next season, do we need another striker?
Yes.
Do we need other creative midfield or defensive
That's a big
midfield?
if.
How do you see for
We need a number 9.
That's a big if.
Go on, Lewis. What do you want to
Do we need another striker? Yes, regardless. Do we need a creative midfielder or a defensive midfielder? Defensive midfielder first, creative winger for me. How do you see Fofana? No chance he's leaving. Unless you want to get fleeced by Leicester City again. No chance.
Yeah,
Which Fofana?
Wait, what type of creative winger you looking at?
Jadon Sancho.
Sancho's the
not
first
real.
number one for us. That's not the way, to be honest, you could develop him.
We say we need another winger, but then
I can guarantee Sancho will not come to Chelsea.
Pedro Neto, if there
It's
was
not
an
happening.
for him, I would take him.
Jester, you see how you said that Kai Havertz and Werner won't play. If we add another winger, then that's another player in the current squad that's not going to play as well. So
Exactly.
there's too many people
No
sitting on the
chance.
bench, and none of those
We
players
need
will want to stay. None of those big players like Werner, he won't be happy with the bench.
Kai
Ziyech
Havertz
won't
is
be happy
going
with
to
the
be
bench.
playing a lot of games next season. He's not getting
Yeah, he
dropped
will.
for no one.
So
Kai
what I'm
Havertz is not
trying to
getting
get.
dropped for anyone, and neither is Mason Mount. So
Okay,
it's the
so
other position.
Mason Mount more time probably.
We've got 4
Mason Mount probably will.
positions. Name
No,
them.
he
Horses
won't
for
get
courses.
dropped. Why would Mount get dropped? He's our leading chance creator in the whole
He
team.
can get dropped. Hoyakla is undroppable. He's not undroppable. He
He
can
is
get dropped.
right now. He's undroppable. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, right
He
now.
is.
Yeah, right now. But
Okay, right now, but
Can
next
you get
season he
an
won't.
answer?
Next
Why,
season he
why
won't.
did he
an
not
answer.
get better? Why is he going to get worse all of a sudden?
Oh, yeah.
He's not getting
I
worse.
can't
He's
even
not
get an
going to
answer
get.
to my question.
So if he's not going to get any worse.
Okay, let
he's
just speak, man. Let just speak.
undroppable
Wait,
right
wait,
now.
Let just
wait,
He's
Johnny,
undroppable
what's your
right now,
front
so
four next
if he
season?
doesn't get worse, why is he
Let just
undroppable
speak, man.
next year?
Let just
Why?
speak, yo. Let just speak.
So we have
No,
we have
because you can't- you've
Lukaku
got an
coming
argument.
in. Who's our attacking 4? It's Lukaku, Havertz, Werner, and who else?
I'd honestly go depend. It depends on who we play, but mine would be Werner, Pulisic, Lukaku, Havertz.
That means Mason Mount doesn't get in the team.
Exactly.
Obviously, everyone's going to pick so that Mount's not in the team. Their player of the season's not in the team.
No, Mountain starts.
It's obvious,
Mountain
isn't
starts.
it?
That's
No,
true.
Mount doesn't.
Mount
Mount
starts.
Mount.
Mount starts.
I'm not saying
no-
either
This is
way.
what I'm
I'm
up
saying
against. You see?
No
This is what
scenario
I'm always
where
up
Mount doesn't
against.
start.
Jacksters,
He does
you're saying
start, but
that you want
Player of
to
the
set
season, our
Johnny to
most
go off,
important
man.
player, and he's not even in the team.
It
for next
depends
year.
on the system.
He's not our most
If we-
important.
Crazy, bro.
If we play a 4-3-3,
That's
then
what I'm
Mount
talking
should play
to.
in the midfield. If we play a 4-2-3-1, then Havertz should play because Havertz is a better 10, but Mount is a better
Yeah.
8. So if we
Yeah.
play a 4-3-3, then Mount has to start. But if we play a 4-2-3-1, I think Havertz should start at the 10. So
Yeah.
it depends on the system.
Why do we keep assuming we're going to a back 4? I think we're going to stick with this
Because we're getting a
formation.
hold of mid. He was getting a hold of mid.
Yes, going to a back 4, right? Because historically, when we played a back 3 under Conte, at least, you saw that first year was incredible. The second year, teams found us out. Now,
He'll
that
switch it
happened.
up. He will switch it up.
It's
No,
not
Right.
just that. Tuchel just makes me flexible.
Tuchel,
But that's an argument for flexibility.
He's our most important player. So
I
I
was
don't
gonna
see
say-
why you lot are saying he's going to drop him. I don't get it.
Tuchel's also playing this back 3 in this system to cover for our deficiencies, and he's trying to find the strongest system that works for our current players now. Now, let's say we get in 3 top quality players. He can and will have the potential to switch things around. Bear in mind, he will have a proper pre-season with the players too, so he's got time on his hand to implement these changes. Now, whether
That's true.
I do see it happen, yes or no, I would be open to any change, or whether if this system keeps on going and working for us, it's just whether Thomas Tuchel thinks what is best for the team, what is best for the system, and what
And
works.
Tommy, I trust. And Tommy, I trust.
I
Exactly.
would
Agreed,
say-
man. You could have said it any better.
Yeah, I'd say as well, you look at him at Dortmund, he played a 3 at the back at times at Dortmund, but always went back to 4 at the back, playing a 4-3-3. Even at PSG, he changed it to a 4-2-2, but he'd also go back to a 4-3-3 at times. That's the playing a 4-3-3 or at least a 4-back was what he liked playing. It's what he tended to go back to.
Exactly.
Also,
He's a flexible manager.
I saw someone mention that's actually not a bad idea. Is if it's a little bit narrow, but if we play like a 4-3-1-2, like a diamond, and have Mount as an 8 on the left, and then Kante or Kovacic as on the right, and then Havertz at the 10, that could work as well actually, and Lukaku and Werner up top. That can actually quite well.
You can play all those systems,
Manchester
but
United play diamond.
I can play a
sometimes.
4-4-2 as well. You can play 4-2. You can play 4-2.
But what I'm saying is, Havertz is going to start next year, the majority of the games. Werner's going to start the majority of the games. And Romelu Lukaku, if he's brought in, will start the majority of the games.
Yeah.
Because you don't pay that kind of money for those players to sit them on the bench.
All right. So where do you play Pulisic? He was 52 million.
Exactly. What happens to Ziyech?
You can have them on the bench. That's what having a squad is all about.
Pulisic will not want to sit on the bench. He's not that kind of player.
We're going to have plenty of games.
How do you know? Hang on. How do you know?
We're going to have plenty of games.
Pulisic is too good a player to sit. He's our most dangerous player up top. He's our
I'd like to see the 4-2-2 actually be implemented next year.
Exactly, man. 4-2-2 is good
because it gives. We have so many players going forward, right? It will all give the ability for them to get a chance in the squad and incorporate them into the starting lineup and just distribute it around to all the players. And Tuchel did play it at PSG, correct? So that will maximize our attacking options there.
And most of our players, most of our attackers are direct as well. So you're playing in a direct formation, it will fit in perfectly, man.
Exactly. 2 up top, 2 out wide, 2 holding players. Job done.
And against low blocks.
And Kante as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have struggled against low block teams, under Tuchel. And playing 4 up front will unlock them, basically.
But he's had a season to figure out the low block, and I think that's what we're going to see a lot more of, like the false 9 against those teams that are just sitting in low. Because then we have the advantage of having Pulisic and Havertz combining together inside the opposition half, which is just dangerous for any team. No team can handle that combination, I would say, outside the top 6. So, flat track bullies, then we set up for the big games. We win those, the cup style games we've been playing this whole season. And I think we can win the EPL following that model.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your targets? What's your targets next season? What's your targets next season?
Title.
What do you think?
Win everything.
To be challenged.
Win everything.
I don't expect to win, but to challenge at the very least. And win
always.
I expect
It has
win
to be.
something and challenge at the very least.
Exactly, Jester.
Because since Tuchel's coming, we've had the second most points, I think.
Hit it with your chest.
So we have to keep that up.
Like
Close
Liverpool,
the
like
gap.
Liverpool bought some players there. They were
I'm
challenging against Man City, like in the 2018-19 season, and they won the league the season after.
If we bring our targets in and we don't win everything, then we've had a bad season.
No. It doesn't work like that.
These are the standards for greatness.
You don't set your standards down here. You set them up here.
Exactly.
In terms of adaptability, most of these players are adapted yet. Even these players. Even these players like Werner. Yeah, but
if
This
they
is
don't
what
come
Chelsea's
good
about,
next
man.
year, they gotta go.
Yeah.
That's for everybody. If Pulisic doesn't come good, if Werner doesn't come good, if Havertz doesn't come good, if Ziyech doesn't come good, they all got to go.
But what's the challenge? What's the challenge though?
What do you mean?
Narrowly, like they narrowly missed out.
As in, I want to push City the whole season, or whoever's top of the league. I want to push them the whole season.
Champions League, get far as well. Champions League, we can't be going out in like the round.
I don't want a gap at the end of the season. I don't want a gap any more than like 6 points.
Okay.
I don't think we would. I think we've already got some of the best talent in the Premier League on this team.
We can win.
It's just unfortunate that nobody's performed this year.
Yeah,
exactly, man.
You have to win the league next year, no question.
Yeah. I want fear.
Liverpool will come back stronger too.
City are equal on Premier League titles as well, so
exactly we have to
get ahead of them.
But I
want every team to fear us.
Exactly. We also have to think about the competition too, lads. Right? Liverpool will come back next year. A fit Van Dijk. They may rejuvenate their attack, get a key player up front. City will only buy another player or so. Let's be real. United, if they get in Sancho or something like that, could prove a problem. So, I mean, I do think
but that's what I'm
need
saying,
to be
like,
challenging for the league.
Yeah,
Second
but that's what I'm
place.
saying. Like, even
place
if we end up fourth, even if we're fourth, but we're 2 points off the league and it's just that close, that's still a good season for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. Man. I agree with you.
That's still a good season because then everyone's
it's
really
about
close. If we're
incremental
20 points
improvements,
off, then
And Scott, that's the difference between growing up in America and growing up in England. Yeah. Because in America, that's a shit season. Because you don't win anything.
These are Americans, bro.
Okay? I'm just letting you know. That's
no, he's right.
If it's that and we don't win anything, I will say if it's just that and we don't win anything, I'm going to be pissed. Because at the very least, we need to win something. If it's like FA Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever it is, I don't care. But we need to win something and finish like second or third, preferably, but at least challenge at the very.
What do we do at Chelsea, man? We win. We win. That's what we
Yeah,
do.
but
We
you
should be
can't
going
expect-
for every time.
But you can't over expect from these players, man.
Yes, you can.
Like,
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
I can.
It'll make them raise their levels.
That's why
What
they
happens?
joined us. That's why they joined
Yeah.
us.
But see,
They didn't come here to be
and I
Arsenal.
want to also tell you that the two trophies that Americans think in European football are worth winning are their league title and the Champions League. Everything else is a small cup compared to those two.
FA Cup's a bonus trophy. I've always said it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's true. I
define
like
your
it, though.
season.
It's good to win the FA Cup, but it's not like a must.
Yeah.
Every season,
Yeah,
you know?
like,
Yeah,
I
that's true.
want us to win the FA Cup. We lost it. I've moved on. I don't care. If we
Exactly,
lose
yeah,
the Champions
exactly.
League, I want
I
to
swear,
move on from
Klopp
that.
never cares about the FA Cup. He's always going for the.
Because he's never won
the
it.
league,
If,
yeah.
if he won it, he'd care about it. I'm just saying, that's management. It's a small thing. We don't need it because you didn't win it. It's just like us saying, yeah, we would have loved to have it, but it's a small cup. We didn't win it this year, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just telling you from an outsider's point of view, we only care about Premier League and Champions League. Everything
okay, well,
else
what's
is a
the
bad
expectations?
season.
What's the expectation in terms of Champions League then?
Win it.
Win
We're
that
in the
again.
final this
Go.
year.
Really,
We're gonna be better
realistically
next.
speaking, semi-final.
Yeah,
Exactly.
semi-final.
Yeah.
Semi-final, agreed.
So we're gonna down tools from the
No,
final.
it's because in terms of the draw,
No,
you might have a
because
harder draw than this
I
season.
say I'm looking at it going. Real Madrid are going to improve next year. They're
Real
just
Madrid
going
could
to.
get Mbappe. Real Madrid
Bayern
could get
Munich
Mbappe, yeah.
will improve next year. I think,
And so will we.
City will be up there. PSG, I think, will be still in there. That's
Liverpool.
4 teams. You add us, Liverpool. That's 6. That's like 6. You could maybe throw another sort of outsider in there. That's about 7 teams that could get those 4 places. That's why I'm like semi-final. If we get there, like, cool. If we go
Exactly.
further, I'm
Yes,
happy. But semi-final is the bare minimum in the Champions League.
Exactly. We all want to reach the stars, but let's say we win it, right? It's going to be tough. It's always harder retaining it than winning it. You see, like
100%.
especially considering the competition. Like
That's still my
I hear you.
expectations. That's still
Yeah,
my
same.
expectations.
I think it's a bit harsh after winning it the year after, and
Exactly.
considering the competition will get better.
It's
and
not
better.
harsh. It's a sign of faith and expectation and of,
Yeah.
like trust.
But in realistically speaking, though, next year, do you think we'll win it though? Like I don't.
Yes.
Nah,
I
nah, I
don't.
don't think we win it.
I expect
Nah,
us to win it.
I expect us to win it, but we won't win it. Though.
If we sign
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
When have fans ever been realistic? Come
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
I've never met a realistic
I'm not trying
fan.
to, I'm not
I
trying to
mean,
get clipped. I ain't trying to get clipped.
Hey, I'm trying to get clipped. Let's do it.
Clip me up, put me on a poster. I don't care.
Shameless.
I'm
Let's
just a
do
fan.
it.
Is there an element where,
Let's do
like,
it.
is there an
Let's do
element? Is there an element where, like, Lukaku has even improved in the Champions League? You could say that.
But he has. He
Who's
has.
he played with? Inter.
Inter
Conte
Milan
never
will
does
go-
good in the Champions,
Champions
League. He's
League.
never had.
Didn't he have 6 goals in 5 games?
I'm pretty. Wait, hang
I
on.
think it's 4 and 5 or 5 and
4
6.
and 5.
I think it's
Something like that.
4 and 5 this year.
Hmm.
And considering the teams they had, like
That's decent.
Barcelona.
Yeah, true.
I think they had Barcelona in the group stages. They had.
Nah, they
they
had
had
Real Madrid.
2 big teams
They had
in their
Madrid.
group. No, didn't they have
Barcelona and Tottenham.
Barcelona and Dortmund, yeah,
It-
Barcelona and
That's
Dortmund.
it, that's
It was Madrid. But this year, it was Madrid.
They had the group of death, let's just say.
This year,
Yeah, true.
Inter Milan.
Because Madrid, it was Barcelona.
It was definitely
And
Barcelona. So
They,
it's Dortmund,
had
wasn't it?
Gladbach. They had Gladbach, Inter Milan, and Shakhtar.
Right. It was one of the groups of death, the other one being United.
United, PSG, and Leipzig.
Yeah, that was also the group of death.
Oh Christ! Yeah, never mind. I've just
forgot,
seen
you know.
their group. That's fucking awful. Jesus Christ.
But that's always been Conte's knock. He doesn't do very well
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Europe. So,
Yeah.
but he won the league, so you forgive him, right?
Yeah.
True.
So, 2 hours. We've been on for 2 hours. Good lord.
Yeah, you love to see it. Hey, final question. We'll get everyone's score predictions. Fuck it. Last score predictions of the league season. Fato, we'll start with you, G. What are you saying?
3-1 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. Love it. Scotty, what about you, bro?
2-0.
2-0. Jesters?
Going with the standard 3-0.
Standard
Chelsea.
3-0. Love to see it. Nick, what about you, man?
2-0, boss man.
2-0. Jams?
1-0, no messing about, fam. 1-0, bro. I don't think we would have win like more than one.
1-0 whitewash. Let's go. Johnny, what are you saying, bro?
I'd say 2-1.
2-1. Josh, what are you saying, G?
2-1.
2-1. Love to see it. Myron?
2-0 Chelsea.
What about you, Frog?
2-0.
2. Okay,
Let's
cool.
go.
So we got majority
What about you,
2-0.
Lewis?
Oh, should I even say mine? 3-1. I'll say 3-1.
AC hat trick.
I fucking wish, man. But no, he's saving it for the big stage next Saturday. You already know. Big up everyone who's locked in. We've been here for 2 hours debating Rice, Tuchemeni, Jorginho, and everything Aston Villa, Chelsea. Big up everyone who's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe. We just hit 22k as well. So big up all you guys who are locked in. We'll be back tomorrow for the match day footage surrounding Villa v Chelsea. Take care, like and subscribe. And as always, up the Chelsea.